All right, y'all. We about to get the show started right now, y'all. It's going to be a good one tonight. That's for damn sure.
And let me tell you something right now. If you guys are looking for the best fragrance products in the world, you need to go to ashkicking.com. That is ashkicking.com. Keep your home smelling fresh and clean with Ash Kicking fragrance products. Treat your skin and hair with Ash Kicking all-natural health and beauty products. Everything you need to create a comfortable home living environment and create a comfortable space for entertaining. The best incense burners in the world, home fragrance products, and health and beauty products, go to ashkicking.com.
Oh, so the one you just started ain't gonna be.
Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Hey yo, check this out. This is Flavor Flav, and if you want the whole truth and nothing but the whole truth, so help the whole truth. Hey yo, you better listen to Dante, baby. Dante!
What's going on, y'all? And welcome to another great edition of the Dante's Boxing Nation show. Y'all already know what it is. I'm your host, Dante. I got my co-host in the building, my man Milton. What's going on, Milt?
What it do, baby? Ain't no love, ain't no love.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Ain't no love for some people. We gonna talk about all of that. Let me first go ahead and introduce. We got champs in the building tonight, man. So let me introduce the only American that's holding it down and beasting at the super flyweight division. The international IBO champion and intercontinental champion, my man Dewayne Beamon is in the building. What's going on, Dewayne?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me, man. For real.
All day.
Pleasure.
All day. And we got another special guest, man. Y'all gonna love this. We got my man representing the Bay Area. Y'all already know who he is. My man Boxing Ego is in the studio. What's going on, Boxing Ego?
What's good, man? I'm happy to be out here. Ain't no love in Sin City. And we having a good week, fight week.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
get it.
Okay. And guys, just, I know y'all noticing, y'all gonna see my man Boxing Ego a little invisible because he got a little green on his shirt, with the green screen. So we getting it in, anyway.
Right.
Yeah, man. So, hey, man, we got a whole lot to talk about, man. A whole lot to talk about. Kirk Jackson is on the line. He's a former fighter, and he writes for BoxingInsider.com. And we probably gonna have AK. He may call in later on, and you guys see the number on the screen, man, so you guys can call in. Shouts out to ashkicking.com. Gotta show them love, man, because once again they sponsor Dante's Boxing Nation, so it's all love, man. Go to that website, man. They got a whole lot of dope stuff on the website, so go ahead and check them out, guys. All right. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I think y'all, we should go ahead and just jump right into the main event.
Let's get in it, man. Let's get in it.
Dewayne.
Yes, sir.
Now you told me, you pretty much called it. We had
my props.
We had that's why I'm starting with you. We had the conversation.
Yep.
We had the conversation. And you, matter of fact, go ahead and elaborate, reiterate,
man,
let them know exactly
so
what you
basically,
said,
I was answered by a bunch of people. A bunch of boxers, a bunch of media, and they asked me my opinion on it. And I told them exactly what's going to happen. I said Canelo is going to win the early rounds because he's quicker. He's sharper, quicker, and he caught Canelo with some good shots. He caught Triple G with some good shots, but Canelo phased, man. He phased, man. And once I started seeing him being on his bicycle, he don't know how to move at angles. He was going straight back sometimes, but he was still doing a good enough job not to get stopped, but he was fighting on the defense. So, and I knew that was going to happen, and Triple G didn't let up. He kept going.
Absolutely. And Boxing Ego, we covered the fight last night, and you got to watch it a second time. I still haven't watched it,
No,
and I actually got there.
I only watched it once too.
Oh, you only watched it once too.
Oh,
Okay. So go ahead and now, just since you had a day to think about it and everything, reassess the situation. I mean, how did you see it now? Now, just thinking about it the next day.
Now, first of all, I think it's unfortunate. I want to say shout out to the Warriors because a lot of times with the 118s and 110, people tend to overshadow the actual fight.
Right.
So I'm glad we're getting the fight.
True.
That's true.
That's first and foremost. But I had Triple G winning from the eye test. The action in the middle rounds were getting real good, so I stopped scoring totally, and I gave it to Triple G. But I start thinking back to the fight, it's closer than what people thought, based on some different things that I've seen. 118, 110, that's out the window. That's just terrible.
Yeah, but you still have Golovkin winning the fight, though.
Yeah, but I got to go back and watch some of those rounds. I gave Canelo the first 3 rounds. The 12th round, 11 was real close, and some of those middle rounds. So I got to dice it up. You know, when you cover fights and the energy, the crowds, different things like that. So I had Golovkin winning because his game plan was more his style, consistent. He did what he always does. Yeah, walks through fire to get his shots off. Canelo, he introduced different things that we don't really see from him, like the lateral movement, getting on the bicycle. Like my man's saying, he faded because he's not used to that.
He's not used to that.
That pressure, man. I think he faded.
Well, that too. Yeah.
That pressure Triple G constantly had on him.
And the pressure with the jab,
with that jab.
It wasn't just
walking.
It wasn't just dumb pressure.
Everywhere he was going, Triple G was right there to meet him.
Yeah.
He cussed that ring off, man. I'm telling you.
And you got to give credit to Triple G for keeping that jab going, because
pumping it.
You got to remember, he was getting counter in the first 3-4 rounds. You know, he was getting counter from it, but he didn't stop it. He said, I'm gonna keep sticking my jab out there because I know Triple G gonna fade. Like he knew, like everybody else, like real boxers knew Canelo was gonna fade. Man, I knew he was gonna fade.
Yeah. One thing I think Canelo did a little too much was he languished on the ropes a little bit too much. I thought he should have took it to the center of the ring and really had the Mexican style. That's what everyone talks about, the Mexican style. Have that phone booth, because I think Canelo's sharper on the inside. But it was like he was trying to show.
But I got to disagree. The reason why I think the main reason why he was on the ropes like that, because he was catching his wind. He was
and the pressure.
I mean, if he didn't do that, if he didn't take those little breaks, he would have probably got stopped. But also Triple G, you got to downplay. Triple G is too I lost a little respect for his intelligence, because Triple G should have been going to the body.
Yeah, he didn't go to the body.
You know what? I'll tell you that. I'll tell you the reason why.
He didn't want to commit. And he was afraid to get caught with a counter.
There you go. If when people who go to the body, and you are a phenomenal body puncher, Dwayne. Hey, if y'all haven't seen this man, go to YouTube, check out his fights.
Well, we're about to play the clips in a minute. We got the highlights. You guys gonna see what my man Dewayne is all about in a minute, man.
Almost all his knockouts about it from the body. Yeah, and in order to go to the body, you gotta just throw caution to the wind. And that's because the thing is going over there to that body, he opens himself up for a Canelo right hand.
And Golovkin is a safety first fighter. People don't realize that.
This is one thing.
He outboxed Canelo.
I told y'all, man, listen. And I told y'all last week, the man's boxing prowess is highly underestimated. I think that last night he kind of showed everybody, hey man, I can box. It ain't flashy. It ain't no Floyd Mayweather. It's not as slick as Canelo was, but the man knows how to throw the stick out there. He knows how to move behind it. He knows how to cut the ring off.
Absolutely.
What did I tell y'all last week? I said I thought he was going to win because what he does exceptionally well. Yeah. He is not. He knows what he can do well, and the stuff that he can't do well, he doesn't try to do it. He's not out there trying to give you no dazzling footwork or no rolling punches. And hey, man, I'm gonna be here, or you gonna be here, because I'm gonna be right here in your chest. And last night he ate shots, man. I told everybody, I really and truly think he has the best chin in boxing right now.
I wouldn't go that far.
I do, man.
Listen, let me just say this about his chin, though. We also have to remember, Golovkin is getting caught with shots in spurts, though. It wasn't like on some Margarito where he was getting caught with shots back to back. I mean, he got caught with shots every once in a while. I mean, now if I see him get caught consistently with good shots, then I'll say, he has a good chin. But the
shots that Canelo hit him with,
they came every once in a blue moon, though.
And the other thing is, Canelo, he came up in weight. He wasn't really tested versus Chavez Jr. at the 164.5.
That was another reason why I picked
he was
Triple
a dead
G.
Man, and then fighting Golovkin was his first real test at 160.
Let me tell you, that was another factor in me picking Triple G, was because Canelo, up to that point, had not been tested by a true middleweight. I thought he probably should have beaten.
That's true.
He probably should have taken him.
He was used to fighting smaller fighters.
He's used to fighting smaller fighters. And I tell you, there was a point in the third or fourth round, where Triple G hit him with a shot, and it wasn't a full clean shot. He hit him with a shot and got his attention. And from that point on, he kind of got on. He kind of got on the bicycle a little bit.
Yeah, well,
It made him think about it. It was close to the end of the round, and he got out of the round. I don't think he was close to going down, but it got his attention.
Absolutely. Let's bring Kirk in real quick. And
I'm sorry, Kirk.
And guys, I see the phone lines filling up. We're gonna take a call in a minute. We're gonna talk to Dewayne and let you guys know what he got lined up, and let you see some of his work. You know, because if pictures say 1,000 words, videos say 1,000,000, and we're gonna show y'all some good highlights of my man Dewayne in a minute. But Kirk, man, how did you have the fight scored, and what do you think about what we're talking about right now in terms of Golovkin's chin and all of this stuff? Canelo constantly backing up. What's your take on this, man?
I had a chance to watch the fight twice.
Okay.
So, I'm very fortunate in that event. The first time I watched the fight, I scored it a draw. The second time, I actually favor Canelo, and
Interesting.
But I can see it 75 for either guy or scored a draw. So I have no problem with the decision with what happened. I think that people when they're watching the fight, and I think it's also a testament to HBO and their commentary team, they project a certain narrative instead of educating the viewer on what they're watching. And I think Roy Jones did a good job, but Max Kellerman, Harold Letterman, and of course Jim Lampley were terrible because they're trying to project a certain story on the fight as to actually what's happening.
I will say this though, Kurt. Hey, Kurt. One thing though with Max was saying that, hey, I'm not certain if those. Because every time Harold Letterman put his card up, he was like, "I'm not sure if those rounds couldn't go the other way for Canelo." He was kind of being somewhere in the middle. But Jim and Harold, you can tell that they were completely on the Triple G side. Yeah. I will say that. Even though I had picked Triple G, I thought they were a little bit too over.
Max tried.
He tried.
Max tried, but
Max, he does something.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too. Like with each fighter, when you're watching the fight, you got to see which definitive round did each fighter have, because there's debatable rounds. Like round 10, round 12 were debatable for me.
Those were close rounds. I personally thought, Kirk, that the Canelo, he came out, looked real good in the 11th round. He tried to go toe-to-toe, but after he went toe-to-toe, Golovkin went right back to backing him up, which surprised me.
Right back to backing him up.
And to me, it's crazy when I think about the fact, this is at least what I seen, Dewayne, but it looked to me like Kell Brook backed up Golovkin more than Canelo did.
Yeah. And I mean, and I'm sorry, and like I understand what Kurt was saying about debatable rounds, but to me, a debatable round is not debatable if one fighter fight 30 seconds of it or 45 seconds of it, and the rest of the time go to the other fighter.
Right.
That's not debatable to me.
Right. And that's exactly what I saw Canelo doing.
We're gonna take a call in a minute, guys. Once again, for everybody just tuning in, my man Dewayne Beamon. Yes. He is the IBO Intercontinental and International Champion, super flyweight, man. Coming for the matter of fact, go ahead and roll. Let's put this B-roll footage. And here we go. Let's get it up so they can see what it's all about. Yeah. All right, so you guys see it on the screen while we talking to my man Dewayne Beamon. Let them know, man, how you came up, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Now you're a champion. Where are you from, and what you got lined up?
Well, when I started when I started boxing, I started late because I went to college. My parents pushed me into that. They didn't want me to do boxing, but boxing was my love. So, but when I finally got to do boxing, I went 48-2 as an amateur, and then after that, I took matters in my own hand. I didn't sign with nobody right away. I went into promoting myself and putting myself out there, doing my own shows, managing myself, matchmaking my own self. Like I was doing it all, and now and I was very successful. And I went for the big fish. Like I went for the best fighters I can get. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to build because it's so much talk about North Carolina boxing because it's like, oh, that's just a place for you to build up your fighters and stuff like that. But I wanted to change that. I didn't like what Teddy Atlas said about us. He just said, look, just go down there in North Carolina, come back 10-0. Like I didn't like that. And I was like, I'm gonna prove him wrong, and I'm gonna prove all these other people wrong.
Them body shots.
I'm gonna be a champion. I'm gonna be a world champion, and I wanna gain weight. I wanted to be a bigger weight. I'll be honest with you, but fans, I just can't get that high weight. So I got to fight where I can fight at. And I want to, and it's a lot of hype. And I love what Roman Gonzalez did for the super flyweights. He put us on the map, and I just want to show him that I'm better than him and better than all the super flyweights out there right now.
And once again, man, and guys, I promise you, we're gonna take a call. We got a lot of people waiting right now, but let me just ask Dewayne, since you around that, you're in that division. So what did you think about Roman Gonzalez getting knocked out and Noe? I mean, I'm gonna tell you, don't take this the wrong way, but I thought Noe looked good as hell, man.
Man, he was. I'll be honest with you. He fought Antonio Nieves, and nothing against Antonio, but I try to get that fight with him. The Hispanic fighters, I love their style. Like, come on to it, and I'm gonna give it to you. The Monster, his style fits me too. He tried to do defense and moving, but he don't pick his hands up enough for me. So I mean, all these fights are great for me, for my style. I'll be honest with you, all of them.
Okay.
If you the monster, like come get another monster then. But Antonio got a low knockout ratio. He can't hit. He's a softer fighter, and that's what they picked the right fighter to make himself look.
When I was watching that fight, I thought it would kind of look like a showcase fight.
Yeah,
because
it was the right guy.
Yeah, it's his coming out party. He's coming to the United States. They want to make sure that there's not too much of a threat. Yeah, he looked spectacular though.
Yeah, look at the guy. Look at the guy he faced.
My question for you is, what fighter in the division, because it's more popular now, do you think gives you, I guess, the toughest challenge? Like, if you look at the Rungvisai and Nui, what style meshing with your style do you think is the toughest?
Probably,
challenge?
I would say the fighter that runs. Like that. The fighter that probably get on his bicycle a little bit. You know, but I mean, I would say that early in my career, because I done developed to cut the ring off now, so it's over now. Like, so that I got it in my arsenal, so anybody can get it now. But I admit, in the beginning of my career, I wanted to go with kind of the fighter that brings it to me, and So, but all these the Hispanic fighters, I love their style. Like, come on to it, and I'm gonna give it to you. The Monster, his style fits me too. He tried to do defense and moving, but he don't pick his hands up enough for me. So I mean, all these fights are great for me, for my style. I'll be honest with you, all of them.
Okay.
Man, nice, man. Well, once again, for everybody just tuning in, we got the IBO Super Flyweight Champion, the Intercontinental Champion. My man Dewayne Beamon is in the building. We're gonna take some calls. I see we having a little bit of stream issues right now, and all of a sudden I think YouTube is tripping on us. But we're gonna go ahead and take a call, man. We appreciate you guys waiting on hold. So let's go ahead and take a call real quick. Open up the phone lines. We're gonna call you guys out by your area code. So we got 334. What's going on, man? What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Dante? This is Anthony from Alabama.
Okay, Alabama in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's good? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I used to always think when it came down to the Triple G Canelo fight, like, you was gonna be like real biased for Canelo. Like I always say, it's called him and say, you just real hard on Triple G bias. I really feel like you was real honest and straightforward with it. So I had to get a lot of credit.
What did I?
Real bad when it came down to you.
He called him out.
Because that's not what you. Yeah, because that's not what you think now, right? Because it ain't nothing I said that didn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the truth hurts.
You gave him a fair chance. Because I just like a lot of Canelo fans, they real delusional when it comes down to how they feel about their own fights. And I'm real straight up on how I feel about, me and mine. But I feel like you gave it a fair chance with everything. And we know with the complete outlook. So I was definitely, happy about that. And I thought the fight was a real great fight. I always thought Golden Boy was just, I ain't trying to Oscar De La Hoya to talk. It's just, the truth just ain't even in him. He can just make up stuff and just
let me tell you,
the stratosphere of Never Land. I mean, he'll just lie, bald-faced lie. Oh, I would never do the Conor McGregor thing. But then you had, known times where you was talking about Conor McGregor and Canelo. Like, he does stuff like that. If you look at on his history, I remember Ego even said one time, he was like, look back on the Lara fight, look back on the Mayweather fight, and I look on this, it's always one judge that has a crazy scorecard that's not even in the, not like that's even reasonable. And that's just a history of his big fights. Like now, and I even said this, I said he'll wait till he get old. I don't think it's going to be no 3 months, 6 months from now, it'll be a rematch. He'll wait. get it another year. He'll just wait. And I really love what Telly Atlas said. It was like real 100.
Ooh, Teddy went in.
And add what he just said, like, he's right. He's correct. Like, Canelo got options. I think we forgetting that. Canelo don't got to jump into a rematch. He got
doesn't.
options. You know what I mean? He got options. He can go fight somebody. Triple G needs a Canelo fight.
Yeah, he do, because it's for the money. And then even what Telly was saying, Telly Atlas was saying from a standpoint, Canelo is the money. Like Mayweather's gone, Adrian Broner, he's on he falling apart, so it's not really like somebody really there. Outside of Canelo is really big with the money. Even though Errol Spence is a good fighter, I don't know if they think the numbers is right there right now. So Canelo's really needed pushed in Vegas. So you got to start looking into why is always some nonsense right there. Even now, like the Cotto accident, Cotto got a belt out fighting nobody. He sat on the shelf for 2 years and got a title shot with somebody that wasn't even in the weight division. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of politics. It's still there. They just need to just move out the way.
My thing is this with the scorecards is how come it never reflects the fight we seen? It's way off. Like, how can you score 10 rounds to 2?
Have y'all go back? Well, I know somebody say, most y'all haven't rewatched it again. If you rewatch the fight and look at her scorecard, scorecard was so outrageous. It wasn't even, she was even the rounds that could have been close. Those weren't even the rounds that she was even giving. She even gave one round that I was like, it was clearly for Canelo, and she's like, oh, Triple G won it. Because it was so biased, outrageous. It wasn't even reasonable.
She had her mind made up before the fight.
But that's why I didn't speak on. That's why I didn't speak on the judges either. Because I was telling everybody that, I'm sorry, a judge is in the pocket. Because let's be honest. Look at the score with Lara. Look at the score with Mayweather. Look at there's a judge in the pocket every time Canelo fights, and I hate it because it make you not like Canelo.
Yeah,
I'm saying, why can't it be 115, 113?
Yeah,
it's 117, 111.
Yeah, because
Teddy Atlas said, no one is held accountable, no one is punished for it.
He can still be in the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, bro.
They did that for okay, if he gets knocked down, well, he would have won.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Hey, man, but I got to get to another call, man. I really appreciate your time. All right, man. Thanks for calling in, man.
Good call, man.
Alabama.
And that's what I was saying too, man. I said it. I said it wasn't a robbery, but they did pickpocket the man. You know what I'm saying? They lifted his wallet off of him, because the thing is, it would have been a robbery if it would have been a loss. I think if they had given,
at least he got to keep his belts.
He got to keep his belts.
That would have been real bad.
That would have been real bad, man, if they had given it
controversy and he lost all them belts.
And he lost all his belts. Yeah, so it wasn't a straight robbery. It was they pickpocketed him.
I need to watch it again. I do. I'll be honest. I actually got there late. I was telling Nigo before the fight. I actually was at the gym, man, and I ended up not purposely, but I ended up being late. I got there in the 4th round.
So you
missed Canelo best work though.
That's what they told me. I came up there and I said, who's winning? But they told me, they said it looked like Canelo was winning.
I'll say this though. I haven't watched it again, but I think the 3rd round is when the fight started. The fight kind of broke out a little bit in the 3rd round. I feel like
it was the 4th.
The 4th is when it really got on and cracking. But halfway through the 3rd is when it started to heat. You can feel the heat building from it. Okay. And then in the 4th round, it kind of broke open. You know what I mean? But it started to cook right there in the 3rd round. And so, and 2 judges gave the round to Triple G.
You know what I just found out?
And of course, Bird gave it to.
The judge with the scorecard?
That's close.
What'd you say, Kurt?
What'd you say, Kurt?
I'll say it's kind of hard to scream robbery for a close fight, because it can be interpreted so many different ways, and a lot of times it's a measure of what you look for when you're scoring a round and scoring a fight. What your preference of style is, and the metrics that you're using to judge each round. So when it's a close fight, even though we feel like another fighter may have won, it's really hard to say, oh, that's a robbery. It's a close fight. It can go either way.
Yeah, because everybody got their own opinion. But
one point I wanted to make about the fight, man, and I've been reading on Facebook and a lot of forums and stuff, and there are some people who still under the impression that Triple G is some type of hype job, that he was just some kind of because he didn't knock him out. I'm like, listen, man, he's fighting 2 superior fighters. people don't give Danny Jacobs enough credit, I don't believe. And Canelo is a superior fighter. You're not just gonna go in there and knock them cats out, man.
You know, I think some of that has to do with the promotion behind certain fighters.
But if you're promoting a fighter,
no, you can promote whoever you want to promote, but if you promote him to be the big bad wolf,
the greatest in the last 25 years, top 25.
I won't say that, man. I ain't saying that.
But they did. But ESPN did that.
Who's more avoided to you, Guillermo Rigondeaux or Lomachenko?
It's a rhetorical question.
Errol Spence or Gennady Golovkin? Who's jumping up 2 weight divisions to fight Errol Spence? But people, Kell Brook, win, lose, or draw, he jumped up 2 weight divisions thinking he could beat the man.
Absolutely.
You know, so I think it's how they promote.
This is the thing with me though, Boxing Eagle.
But HBO is the king.
This is the thing with me though.
Doing that.
Listen, they are. But listen to this though. Whoever is promoting Errol Spence needs to take some lessons because they do. Because he got. Let me tell you, the man is missing on money by him being on the shelf and not being promoted properly.
Well, listen, it was brilliance on the part of PBC and Al Heyman to put him right after the Olympics.
No, that was
against
good.
Against who? Who was it? Boxing Ego? Bundu. Against Bundu. 6 million people. They are promoting him. They putting him on free TV. They're giving him. Yeah, nobody wants to fight him. That's not. That's not his fault.
I'll tell you this. Listen. Put him in front of a whole bunch of. You can put him in front of a few tomato cans too. Give him showcase fights. Build that name up, man. I'm just telling you.
This is no shade to Golovkin for me, but when I look at Golovkin, it's no surprise when he stepped up with more skillful guys, the better names on his resume, he had tougher fights. Danny Jacobs beat cancer, lost early in his career, power, got on his bike, he's athletic. That was a tougher fight, ended that 23 knockout streak. So I think it's deeper than that. Like, he knocked out 23 people, but who was in prime, had momentum, it was like really a world beater at the time Golovkin beat him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And same thing with Canelo, very skilled. That's why he went the distance.
And on top of that, when you think about Gennady Golovkin, we can already think of a couple fighters that would have a very good chance of beating him. Jamal Charlo. Erislandy Lara, Danny Jacobs in the rematch.
Lara is not beating him, man. Lara is not.
So how come he didn't take the fight then?
I think Lara can beat.
I don't think Lara beats him.
Lara can.
With
the more aggressive style that Lara been fighting with, I think Lara can beat.
Lara goes to sleep.
You got to look at it like this.
There's 2 ways to beat that man.
Go ahead.
There's a reason why he's not.
What'd you say, Kurt?
There's a reason why he's not. There's a reason why he's not fighting Arizandi Lara.
Thank you.
Put it this way.
There's a reason why he didn't fight those guys, because they'll expose his weaknesses.
Put it this way. Erislandy Lara has the Cuban background. So he's not doing a makeshift using his legs. Canelo hasn't in 30 fights fought on his toes like that. Lara does that in every fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of his second nature for Erislandy.
And I'm gonna give all boxers and everybody a boxing tip. Whenever you see a boxer bend over, like touch his toes during the match, or he moves like this, whenever you see that, that means that fighter is using too much of his waist. And when he's using too much of his waist, he's burning it out. That's why I was saying too, his punches is about to slack. Because whenever I see a fighter bend or touch, or when he sit on the stool and go like that or go like that, I say, yeah, his lower back hurts. His lower back he don't feel as comfortable. So guess what? What hurts worse when your lower back hurts? Going backwards. You got to go forward more. And so when I started seeing that, I knew he's breaking down.
Hey,
so that's a little tip for you boxers, man. Little knowledge.
Hey, you know
Dewayne Beamon, y'all, the IBO super flyweight champion, guys, in the building.
Hey, you notice Canelo didn't stand up like he did versus Chavez versus Golovkin. He wasn't trying to stand up.
And every time he got out of school, he kept touching his toes.
I seen that. He was stretching.
He was stretching.
And before I take another call, Eagle, I mean, yes, going back to the contrast, I mean, how often do we see this where we see these fighters, like you said, sometimes the media, you know, they build them up a little bit. Soon as they step up in competition, or not even just competition, soon as they maybe they move up in weight and they fight someone their same size, and their power that they rely on is not working anymore. So now they got to go to plan B, and then they lose. Donaire, Roman Gonzalez,
Broner,
Canelo, Broner. Yeah, I mean, Broner was actually fighting a smaller guy, and actually still
a lot of these guys built their career off fighting a smaller guy, and making them come up. because they just had more money.
And don't nobody but maybe B-Hop, Floyd, who are now retired, fight at their walk around weight.
Yeah,
Nobody does. These dudes be walking around 180, crunch down to 147.
Yeah, they
you know
they crazy.
And
I walk around at my weight though.
Yeah. And just saying, and just saying though, with Broner's situation though, he just froze up. He wasn't like someone like a Donaire landing punches on Nicholas Walters to no avail, or Roman Gonzalez landing punches on V-Side to no avail. I mean, Broner just froze up, and just didn't let his hands go, which is unfortunate for him because that was his opportunity to show that he was serious and but it's like.
But it's so many.
That was a horrible bad loss for him.
Nowadays, it's so easy to build guys up and to. It's just so like when I hear about fighters this and that, especially the route I took to get to where I'm at, I kind of laugh because I'd be like, yo. A lot of these guys, and I want to call out this fighter that people praise all the time, but I'm gonna let it go. I ain't gonna say no names. But
man, tell the truth.
Nah,
man, you gotta tell the truth and shame the devil, man.
I don't.
Dewayne, don't play with
no, because I got nothing but love from that promotion team, and they gave me nothing but love.
Okay.
But I am gonna tell y'all what promotion team it was. It's a money team promotion team, but they have a fighter. They have a fighter that they praise and glorify, but I'm trying to tell you, a lot of his fights are short notice fights. Like they give the fighter a fighter. It don't matter if the guy got a good record, but they give this guy like 6-day notice, 3-day notice, and they build his record up like that. And everybody, even you guys, I heard y'all praising this guy before, and I'd be like, oh man, because I kind of know, like, man,
who it is.
Yeah. So
Man,
I be knowing, so I'd be like, man, they done. Whatever.
Hey, Dewayne, I'm from the country, bro. I'm from the country. I'm from Georgia.
Yeah.
And we got a phrase, man. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil, man. Go ahead.
Y'all got a gang of phrases.
Man. Nah, I ain't gonna say
my
that.
thing is this: 2017 for boxing has been phenomenal.
It been great.
And for me,
Yes.
what I think is, if Golovkin will run through Erislandy Lara, make the fight. You know what I mean?
That's-
Just like Lomachenko
Thank
rigging
you,
down.
thank you.
They said Lomachenko was steamroll rigging. I just want to see it. I'm a boxing fan.
Yeah.
Show me that you're going to run through rigging down
That's like me-
Mariaga. And then I'll be like, whoa, he did it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love for them to put that live
and not only
together.
that, but once again, you cannot explain why Golovkin he fought Willie Monroe, who was a southpaw like Lara, who moves around the ring like
6
Lara.
knockouts.
6 knockouts is one of the only. Well, it's a couple differences.
Did y'all watch
He don't
his
have no
fight
amateur
yesterday?
pedigree.
But see, that's perfect.
y'all-
That's just like Inoue. That's the reason why they got Inoue. Inoue got that guy. Like they gonna pick the kind of guys that's gonna be perfect for them.
Let me
did a
ask y'all:
little
did y'all
backhand,
watch
too.
him fight
Yeah.
yesterday, Willie Monroe?
No, I missed that fight. How did that
Let me
look?
tell you, man. Let me tell you.
We're gonna take a call in a minute. I promise you guys.
That brother needs to really reevaluate his career choice. If he is
Was it that bad of a performance?
was that bad of a performance.
Really?
I didn't watch
Let me tell you, Billy Joe Saunders was there to be taken.
Yeah.
This dude did something I've never seen him do. He stood there posing in the pocket, waiting, just waiting. No footwork, no jab, nothing. He stood right in front of Billy Joe, just sitting there posing. And there was a couple of times he just got tagged just standing there. And I'm like, where's this footwork? Where was the movement?
How did the fight end?
It was
Decision?
yeah. I mean, wide majority. It was almost a shutout.
Yeah.
Wow.
I gave
It
him
was
2 rounds.
But
Somebody had told me that it was close. Could have went either way, but I haven't even watched it.
Man, that fight couldn't have gone but one way.
Yeah, but
one way. Let me tell you, at least his son apologized for punching him in the
I'm
nuts.
about to say he might as well smack the kid.
He made his little boy
that
apologize.
apology don't mean a damn
At
thing.
least
to
he
me.
got that.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
man.
Ain't no way.
You need to reevaluate.
Would
his
your
career
kids have
choice.
ever done something
Hell
like
no.
that?
And if they did, I'd have whooped their ass.
I don't know nobody's kids that would have done something like that. I don't care about no apology after. To me, that's like some celebrity getting busted on the phone for saying some racist stuff, and all of a sudden he come back and apologize. That don't really change
Did
too
you
much.
see that Monroe tweet where he was like, man,
They
he
was
thought
calling him the N-word and all that kind of
He
stuff.
thought it was cool over there in England.
Yeah. That's
And
what
he
that's
said.
what
It
I
was
thought.
calling him N-word and wanker and what is it?
Yeah.
Latin boy or something. They was calling him. He was like, man.
And that just goes to show you that it ain't just they don't like Floyd Mayweather's personality and all that kind of stuff.
But I'm gonna tell you this: Willie about to get more shots though. That's what happened.
Well, he got more.
That's the politics of boxing. You
That-
take
that
L's,
is-
you gonna
that
get
is
world
true.
title shots.
And then when you like
That's
Danny,
true.
but this is the thing.
I want a world
I'll say
title
this.
shot so bad I might go take it.
Hey guys, let me say this real quick because we having a little bit of streaming issues. Guys, when you replay it and run it back, we have a recorded version, so everything will be smooth when we run it back. Let's just go ahead and take a call real quick. It's a whole bunch of people online right now, so let me see. We have 419. What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
What's up? My name is Ron. This is crazy because I watch Dante and I watch Boxing Ego, so this is kind of like
what's up.
Little fanboy moment. I was like, damn, really?
That's what's
This is
up.
What's up? And then, champions on it, so I'm kind of manic right now. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Everyone's talking about the Triple G. I don't want to beat that to death, but I did do my homework before the fight. I always look at the judges. I saw the judge who gave that really bad score. Bob Arum didn't want her for the Lomachenko and Nicholas Walters fight. And I was like, all right, this is kind of strange because, that should be an easy fight, something probably wrong with her because, I guess from that point, I don't know, maybe we need to make judging public. We got to have, maybe fans pick them. I don't know, maybe from that point, it has to be something better just to prevent that shit because Triple G missed his newborn child doing all this hard shit and he go home with a draw, That's, come on, man. This dude had the worst life ever. All he needed to do was just get his win. I thought it was close, but he won.
It comes down to judges being reprimanded and basically, being afraid. I mean, just no different than someone committing a crime. A lot of people, they're afraid to commit a crime because they don't want to go to jail. They don't, there's nothing you have to worry about, basically. We heard Bob Bennett at the press conference, Boxing Ego. He was just he was saying, she had a whole bunch of great decisions, so this one right here is just one, but what about all the great ones? That's like saying a cop that's been great for years, he accidentally shoot and kill somebody. But what about the other 5 years where he was a great cop? Wow. You can't look at things that way. You're talking about people's career.
Listen,
I look at it like this: if they wanted to fix it, they could fix it.
Yeah, of course.
When we're at the press conference, why don't you have her instead of the Nevada State director, Bob Bennett or whatever, having him speak, have her speak, and she can explain it. I got a fun fact too. Do you know that's Robert Bird's wife?
Yes.
Yeah. I did not know that.
I knew
referee.
that.
Yeah, referee Robert Bird.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And Robert Bird is real cool, by the way. Shout out
to
Robert Bird.
Shout out to Robert Bird.
He's a smooth, cool dude, man. And it's funny because I met both of them. I already knew Robert Bird, but then at the weigh-ins, I saw her and I got to meet her. And did I know?
Yeah, I know. Listen, this
I
is
know
the
she
way
was
I
about to
look
make
at
that decision the next day.
At best is incompetence.
Yeah.
At worst is corruption.
I just
said, and I hate that, and that's the two choices you have. What you say, Kirk?
Does anyone know? Is there like a strike system, or do you think that would be a solution to fixing this, like a strike system? If you
some points or some, because I think she had bad scores with the. Someone told me she had bad scores with the Bernard Hopkins and Kawasaki. That's how far it went back.
Yeah, ESPN actually highlighted that. They said her score was 114, 113 for Hopkins over Kawasaki, and then she had 48, 47 in favor of Khan when he was stopped by Canelo, which I actually
hold on, that's right though. Those scores ain't wrong.
Those were not controversial on that end, but
to me, as far as I'm concerned, it really don't matter, what the person's history is.
Was there was one judge for the Canelo Khan fight that had a shutout for Canelo. That's what I'm saying. That was a setup for another.
Let me tell you, if
BS call.
A fans, listen.
If y'all Khan was winning some of winning.
I gave Khan the first 4 rounds.
Exactly.
I did too.
Canelo got his time in about the 5.
Yeah. This is why for those who don't understand what that card means. If you're looking at it from the perspective that it's corruption, what that card means is that's an insurance policy.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
So, yeah, just in case.
They had to guarantee
it, he has at least one judge. And the thing is, like y'all said earlier, even if he goes down, if he gets a knockdown, that still doesn't hurt him with that judge's scorecard.
But I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. If you score at 115, 113 for Canelo, it would still be the same outcome. So why make it so flagrant,
so
wide that nobody believes it? So it's to me, it's just all around.
Like
weird.
I said, it could be incompetence. Let me tell you, Teddy Atlas went in last night. I don't know if y'all saw Teddy.
Yeah, with Stephen A. Smith.
Oh my God,
Yeah, he do too much.
You think so? I think Stephen A. Smith do too much.
He do too, but he was overshadowed by Teddy. He looked at Teddy, was like, I don't know what to say to this guy.
But Stephen, but this is where Stephen is extremely hypocritical.
Yeah.
Because when it came to Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn, why didn't he say then, oh, but it was a great fight. We have to remember it was a great fight, and that's all that matters. And he didn't say that was a great fight. That was the worst robbery ever. But when it come to Canelo versus Golovkin, now all of a sudden, hey, but it was a great fight.
Who was that?
A great fight. I mean, we all know it was a great fight. Talking about Stephen A. Smith. You know, it was a great fight.
Yeah.
Pacquiao Bradley was a great fight. Pacquiao Jeff Horn was a great fight. But once again, Kovalev was a great fight. Absolutely, Ego. But once again, we don't hear nobody. Nobody said that, right, E?
Man, we was live at War Kovalev 1
Absolutely.
and 2, and everybody was like, "Wow, that was a good fight."
Yeah,
that was a good fight.
Yeah, exactly.
I still
Exactly.
think Kovalev won.
Yeah,
I didn't.
It don't matter now.
Yeah,
it really don't matter now.
Yeah, all that shit go out the window.
That go way out the damn window now.
You get knocked the hell out.
That's Mayweather Castillo. You had your shot. 4 or 5 months later, came up short.
Absolutely.
But am I the only one that don't want to see a rematch?
It's just agenda.
I really don't care.
Nope, it don't need that.
Hey, Dewayne.
AK?
Let me let go. Hey, man, but I want to thank you for your call. All right, bro.
Okay.
We gonna get to the next one. Okay, man.
Thank you.
Of course, man. It was cool. Take care.
All right, take care, man.
Thank you.
Dewayne, I mean, speaking of the rematch.
Yeah.
Now, when I talked to Abel Sanchez, and you guys probably heard how Abel was adamant about talking about a rematch, weeks and weeks before the fight. I kept saying, "What about Charlo? What about Danny?" And he said, "But Dante, we got to remember this. This may be 2-3 times." And I said, "Okay, but what if it's not close?" And he just kept still trying to justify this being 2 fights, 3 fights, et cetera, et cetera. And then Tom Loeffler wasn't even. Did you catch the press conference?
Nah, I didn't see it.
Tom Loeffler didn't even seem that upset. He was like, "Well, at least we still got the belts," which I kind of understand a little bit.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, he said, "Hey, well, we can run it back and whatever." He didn't seem upset about it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, so you say you don't want to see the rematch.
Nah,
Why?
I don't
Why
wanna
do you
see
say
it.
that,
I don't
Dwayne?
either.
I don't want to see the rematch, and the reason why I don't want to see a rematch because and I know people gonna hate me for making this statement, but it was the same reason I didn't want to see a Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman rematch. Fight was good. Let's not tarnish it right now. Right now, you already gave us something that would not a significant conclusion, especially with them. Now, Sean and Keith, they can come back another year or two. Let's do it.
Right.
But that rematch, I don't want to see it.
Canelo already said he ain't coming back this year.
Yeah.
He's taking the rest
He
of the
said
year off.
he's only going to fight 2 times a year, and that's it.
That's it.
Taking
That's it for him.
Cinco de Mayo and the Independence Day weekend in September.
Yeah.
that's the only 2. They said that last
And
night.
Triple G, this is chance he got seen by a lot of people.
Right.
It's time for you to branch off. You don't need that Canelo name no more. You know how Mayweather never needed a name, so to speak.
But there's no
Canelo
way.
need to go.
I think
route.
Triple G should go after Billy Joe Saunders for that last belt.
Yes,
That's what he's gonna do.
Yes,
That's exactly.
Yes. Don't wait on Canelo.
Yeah, I wouldn't wait. And I'm like you too, bro. I really don't want to see it. Not right now.
Not right now.
And the thing is, if we don't see it probably in May, we probably won't see it for a long time because the thing is, Triple G is on the decline.
Yeah.
He's 35 years old. I don't
really believe he's on the decline.
I don't think that's what I said. I don't think he's on the decline. I don't think he's
He's not as sharp as he was. He's not as sharp as he was 2 years ago.
How can you say that? Of one fight though?
In competition.
I think his decline is him stepping up.
In competition.
And that's what I'm saying. That's their
the translation.
We got to stop saying that. People on the decline because they step up and fight better people. It's not to mean they don't decline.
Thank you.
Why can't it be both?
No.
Because look, okay,
it can't be both.
It can't be both.
No, it's
not in Golovkin's situation. Go ahead.
For everybody else but Golovkin.
No. You have to be getting punished. Wait, when did he take punishment?
Come on,
he hasn't been in any wars. Golovkin's never been in any wars.
The cat been hit, man.
Right.
He has been hit.
Yeah, but I'm talking about he ain't been in no Corrales, Castillo type of.
You getting caught on that HBO stuff. You in that HBO stuff. Don't let HBO blind your mind, man.
I've been watching boxing longer than you've been alive. I take you, man.
This the IBO champion, man.
And I'm over 35.
I got
so,
you.
hey, let me tell you.
Hey, Dante, I got one for you.
Okay.
This is the reverse of what we're talking about. When is the last time Floyd Mayweather got a stoppage, aside from his most recent fight?
The last time
it
was Victor Ortiz.
Exactly. Then he fought an MMA fighter who couldn't really compete. He knocked him out because his competition. He was fighting Pacquiao,
give me some,
and Canelo's,
absolutely,
and his competition was up here. So when he fights an MMA,
you put Triple G. Watch this. No, put Triple G in the ring with Billy Joe and watch you stop him.
Then
you can be like, ooh, phenomenal.
Adama rematch, and then you be like, God damn, that boy brought it back. They said that with Pacquiao though, when Pacquiao fought Bradley the third time.
Yeah.
Before that, they said he was done.
He was done.
I can assure you, it's a level.
That's not what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I just feel like a level of competition.
So what you're saying is 2 years ago, that Canelo Triple G would have gone the same way.
I do.
I think so.
Seriously,
hell no.
Triple G.
Hell no.
How long ago was Lemieux?
Hell no.
How long ago was Lemieux?
About 2-3 years ago.
Triple G.
That's how he won the Lemieux fight, with the jab, just like that. He fought Lemieux the exact same way.
He would have stopped Canelo the same
not
way.
If he would. Not if he didn't go to the body.
Okay.
Look at all his other fights. He went to the body. You done brought up a point. You done brought up the point why he didn't go to the body, because it was a better competition would have caught him for going to the body. If he went to the body, he could have stopped Canelo, but he couldn't because it was the level of competition.
And he didn't want to get countered.
So you actually
didn't want to get countered.
You actually corrected a body puncher, because I was thinking in my head, I was like, man, why he ain't going to the body? Why he ain't going to the body? But you're right.
So I do know something about boxing.
Listen,
so you ain't gonna say I don't know shit about boxing.
Ain't nobody said you didn't know nothing about boxing.
I'm just kidding.
But you know,
a couple years ago, Golovkin fought Grzegorz Praska. He fought Gabe Rosado, who was a 54-pounder at the time. Ashita, who was a 54-pounder, whose claim to fame was James Kirkland.
Yeah.
If he fought that level of competition, let's say they had the star power right now. If he fought a Grzegorz Praska, he would look like he did in the Grzegorz Praska fight. But Canelo ain't Grzegorz Praska.
Absolutely.
If you put James Kirkland, move him from 54, like they did Rosado, move him to 60, Golovkin's going to punish.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll give you an example.
Is more
I'll give you an example.
Let Kirkland chime in just real quick. Kirk, once again, man, what do you think about what we talking about? Gennady Golovkin, fading, being past his prime, and et cetera, et cetera. What do you think about it?
I don't think he's past his prime because, like everyone said, he started when he was 24 as a professional, and his run up until Kell Brook and Danny Jacobs and Canelo, he's gone against a lot of cupcakes. No disrespect, but he's not really fought in any wars.
He preserved his pro career.
Yeah.
Name someone before Kell Brook that really backed up Golovkin, really gave him an in the trenches fight with and have momentum in their careers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's about that. It's about that momentum in their careers too, because if you bring somebody in the ring that don't have no momentum, coming off a loss, and usually them guys were coming off losses or real debatable fight.
Willie Monroe.
That's not.
Monroe's coming off a Brian Vera split decision.
I put it like this. Okay, because there is a double standard too.
Yeah.
Because and I will say this, I'm not a fan of Golovkin. I just like what I see.
This has nothing to do. This has nothing to do with being a fan of anybody.
So listen. This is the point I want to make, because the thing is, I know HBO hypes him up. Yes. I know they hyped up the Backstreet Boys. You know what I'm saying? Out the New Edition level. I know what they were doing. I understand that, but I wanted everybody to understand that I saw something in this guy that I said, "Hey, man, this cat can really fight." But the thing is, you can't have it. It's two sides to the same coin. He's being hyped up, but he also can fight. But this is one thing I want everybody to understand. When it's same with Keith Thurman. One time, I joke now, and I call him sometimes, because he ain't knocked nobody out because his level of competition has stepped up.
And he don't get
happens with a lot of fighters.
Pacquiao ain't had a knockout in 9 years.
It happens.
Shout out to Keith Thurman too. He don't get the credit he deserves. He should be in the he should be in the top pound for pound. He's the number one welterweight in the most in the hardest division, the welterweight division.
I would say this,
and people don't even have him in their top 5. Like Teddy didn't even respect him at all.
Hey,
like,
the reason.
Let me get back to this one point.
We're gonna take a call in a minute, guys. We appreciate you guys holding.
It happens with all fighters. It just happened with him now that he's 35. Let me tell you.
This is why.
And then he may be still in good form, but I don't know of many people who at age 35 are as good as they were at age 30. Athletically, strength-wise, stamina-wise, I can tell you that the man was probably better.
Gennady Golovkin didn't step up in competition until he was like 34, 35.
I understand that. So what I'm saying is it is a combination of both. It is a combination of him stepping up in competition.
But what have you physically seen different?
Yeah, I didn't see
Dewayne, that's what
let me tell you.
Go ahead, E.
He's not the hunger. I don't see the hunger in him.
No.
I don't.
You can't just go off of that, though.
I can't. I don't.
Golovkin has always been a safety first fighter, though.
I don't see the.
Well, okay, where was the hunger in the Lemieux fight? Where was the hunger in the Lemieux fight?
He hated Lemieux.
But why didn't he go after him like he hated him then? That was his first opportunity, pay-per-view.
On who?
You exposed Golovkin. You said
he
that
crushed Lemieux.
But it was a jab fest though.
He beat that man to the body like he stole
but
something.
He boxed him. And even the fans said, well, that's how you're supposed to fight somebody with power. You're not supposed to go in there and go toe-to-toe with him. You remember, Ego? You remember the comments, right? They was defending him.
I remember you did a post. You did a post.
Y'all making the man,
and you said,
the man is human. But y'all act like, okay, I bet he won't beat Voltron. You know what I mean? Y'all look like
Voltron.
Y'all pulling out all kind of.
Hold on.
What I'm saying is y'all got.
We're not asking him to move up in weight.
Unreasonable expectations
against Charlo. That's unreasonable.
No, that's not unreasonable. That's not unreasonable.
Lara is unreasonable.
Who's that?
Lara, Andre Ward. Those are unreasonable opponents.
They're not. But what I'm saying is, y'all act like
my man Ego talk, baby.
Go ahead, we'll take a call in a minute. Go ahead, E.
Go ahead, E. All that. Listen, the reason that I strongly believe it's the echelon of competition is because you can look at the reverse of it and see it. Danny Garcia. Put Rod Salk in there, he's knocking him out.
Yes.
Put Lucas Matisse in, it's a tough fight. Put him in there with Samuel Vargas, he knocks him out. Put him in there with Lamont Peterson, a guy who's been in there with Victor Ortiz, been in there with Matisse, got knocked out, has a good resume. Lamont Peterson almost stopped Danny Garcia. Keith Thurman hurt Danny Garcia in the first round. It's the echelon of competition.
Absolutely.
And the other thing with Golovkin,
and that is a fact.
The other thing with Golovkin, you can't say he regressed. He was fighting like the fucking Terminator. He was walking through some heavy shots.
Yeah.
But the difference is, and I'm gonna give you guys an example. Let's say I'm a magician for little kids, ages 3 to 5. The magic tricks that I do for those kids might impress them. But if I get to a different age group of kids, like teenagers, they might not be surprised by that, like the same magic trick.
The same trick.
Yeah.
But that's what it was when you get there with a better fighter. What Golovkin would do to like a guy he didn't respect their power, Willie Monroe or something, that's not necessarily going to work with the Canelo because you respect his power, you respect his ring IQ, and you spar with him. He knows you a bit. So to me, that's what I think it is. The same magic tricks that have always worked for Golovkin don't necessarily work for better competition. Like Danny Jacobs. Same thing with Kovalev Ward. If you look at all these fights, Kovalev hit you, they stay down or get knocked out a short time.
Yeah.
Dre got the mentality of a pit bull, and he's like, he was on all fours, got knocked down. The difference is he got back and went to war. He brought it to Kovalev, the bully. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's what it is.
And going back to what you said and what Milton just said, if we look at the contrast, we ain't talking about he needs to fight Voltron, he needs to fight King Kong. Just compare him to all the other great fighters that, they look good right now. Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward moving up in weight and beating Sergey Kovalev, how he did it in impressive fashion. Terrence Crawford, they said that he was ducking Victor Postal. He steps up in competition, fights Victor Postal, dominant performance. He didn't struggle. He didn't look flawed. We're not saying, oh man, after that performance, I could see at least 3 people, possibly beating Terrence Crawford. Golovkin is the only fighter that when you see him perform, step up in competition, he's barely getting by, and you can see other guys beating him. And not only that, but look at contrast once again. Look at how Ward had a close fight with Kovalev, came back and ran it back. He ran it right back. Golovkin didn't come back and run back a Danny Jacobs fight. I mean, so we're not comparing him. We're not asking him to do something that no one else is doing.
Nah.
We're asking him to. We're asking him to do the same thing that Ward.
I'm not saying
Crawford,
what you said.
Guillermo Rigo.
No.
Listen,
Rigo moved up 2 weight classes.
Another example is this: Anthony Joshua. I think he's 19-0. Shout out to the UK. 19-0, all knockouts. But that Klitschko knockout, he had to work for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Klitschko got hurt and came back the next round,
Absolutely.
hurt him. But when he's fighting Eric Molina, Dominic Brazil, you know what I mean? Guys who don't have the same. Klitschko's deep. Klitschko got like 65 fights. Yeah. 6'6".
And them guys
Diesel.
like that gonna get better sparring. They gonna get and
Oh,
I go
yeah,
back
yeah.
and I go back to my career. Like when I start fighting these guys like William Gonzalez and Jose and these guys that got experience and got fights. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, I fought journeymen. You know what I'm saying? They were journeymen. Like even when my first pro fight, they was like, "Oh, you stupid for fighting Jesus. Like he actually can go. Like you shouldn't take a fight like that. You should fight a bum." I said, "Nah, I want to fight him. He a journeyman. He said he can fight. Let's do it." I knocked him out first round. Then I took on another journeyman, knocked him out first round. Right? So I was like, "Sure, I'm knocking these journeymans out." You know what I mean? I'm shocking people saying like these guys go distances with top fighters and I'm knocking them out. But when I started fighting more top fighters, I had to start changing up. I had to hit them, but they didn't just lay down. You know, I had to put a little something extra up on them. And that's what I'm saying. Like these guys, when you start going against somebody that looks at you, and I go back to the weigh-ins. When I look at the weigh-ins, I always go back and say to what my coach is. Like when I looked at my journeymans, I looked in their eyes, I saw it. I said, "Man, this ain't an animal." I'm looking at the dude. He gonna fight me, but he ain't no animal. You know what I mean? I'm good. But some of them fights, when I had to look at William Gonzalez in the eye, William Gonzalez looked at me like, "Man, I done been to Japan and back. What you can do to me?" You get what I'm saying? You can see it in their face. It's a different
breed.
animal. It's a different breed.
No, but this is
and y'all looking at his highlights. Y'all looking at Dwayne's highlights as he's talking right now, guys.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when you look at the guys like that.
I understand exactly where you're coming from. But my point is, I don't get caught up in the hype. I look at every fighter on his own merit. I saw some things in Triple G that I say, "Hey man, this guy would be difficult to beat at middleweight." I don't think if he moves up to 170, 174, I definitely don't think he'll be as effective. Because, I mean, there are cats that...
Golovkin?
Golovkin.
No, he don't need it.
No.
Honestly, I don't even...
168, you mean? You mean 168?
168. I mean 168. My bad.
I'll be honest
if
with
he
you.
moves up to 168,
I think there's
he won't be as effective.
I think there's 168 fighters that's faster than him.
They are faster.
Oh, yeah. I think they
can hit just as hard.
And I think they faster and stronger. He needs to stay at 160 for the rest of his career.
That's what I said. I said he is the best middleweight in the world. I don't get caught up in the whole hype.
But I don't feel like he's the best middleweight in the world.
Yeah, I don't. I think Charlo beats everybody at middleweight. To be honest with you,
that be a good scrap.
And those are highlights for anybody just tuning in. Those were highlights you were just watching of my man IBO super flyweight champion Dewayne Beamon, who's in the building right now.
Speaking
y'all.
of that, man, can we talk about how these super flyweights ain't trying to fight Dewayne
Beamon
though?
They don't want no smoke. That's what I wanted you to get on, man.
But can I get some? Can I get some of that though? Hey. I need some of these super flyweights.
Your division popping right now too.
Yeah, my division is popping. So shout out to Roman Gonzalez because I always pay homage. Shout out to Roman Gonzalez for making my division better. You know, because even when I came out here, they was answering me before the promoters was coming at me like, "Yo, won't you move up to 26 or won't you move up?" They was asking me to move up in weight class, but since Roman Gonzalez did his thing, they like, "Oh, stay at 15." You know what I mean? Because the spotlight is back on the super flyweights, and give this American a shot, man.
You might be Roman's comeback opponent, man.
Yeah. Hey,
they may, be like
that'll be dumb. That'll be dumb. That'll be dumb on his part. He better go fight Brian Valori or something. Like, that'll be dumb on his part. He come back right here.
There's a published article he talk about retiring. So if you having them thoughts, you ain't.
He ain't trying to get in there with no animal.
No, he know better than that. Hey, let's go ahead and take another call. Once again, guys, if the stream is freezing up, when we run it back, we're gonna re-upload it, and you guys will get the smooth version on the channel later on. So let's go ahead and take another call. I appreciate you guys patiently waiting on hold right now. Man, we got I think this is Bay. We got 516. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up? My name's Adam. I'm calling from Virginia Beach.
Okay, I was off. Okay, Virginia Beach. What's going on, man? What's on your mind?
VA.
What's up? I was thinking about a new judging criteria, and I was thinking like we need to start using technology to judge fights. And what my idea was, I think that the judges should get inside of the soundproof booth and they should watch it on the screen. And as they watch it on the screen, instead of them watching a 3-minute round like us, because we watch a 3-minute round and then we see what the corner doing for a minute. Instead of them watching a 3-minute round, they'll be watching a slowed down 4-minute version of the same round, so that it at least gives them a little bit of a better opportunity of seeing who landed the cleaner punches. Outside of that, it won't take too much longer for them to see for the judges to tally the score is only going to take an extra minute, because in the 12th round, they'll be watching a 4-minute round instead of the 3-minute round that we watch. So I think them being able to see it like, a slower version, and then taking out them being able to hear the crowd, because, the more, not even just the more marketable fighter, but the more the fighter that's closer to being like around the home crowd or the home crowd fighter, people going to cheer for them when they land a punch. But that was just my opinion as far as like, what the judges
let me ask you this.
Because it's kind of getting crazy. Every fight, every close fight, you got people mad. And in my opinion, I've seen the fight twice. I think Canelo won. Like, I really do think, I'm not going to say he won. That's kind of too strong of a statement. I think it was at least a draw. But regardless, a close fight, especially with people's careers on the line, they need to start using technology to get it right.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think that'll lose some of the element of the sport? Because I'll be honest with you, as a boxer, I wouldn't want nobody that's not there ringside judging the fight.
And my thing is
that don't stop bribes either. I mean,
that don't stop bribes. That's probably increased the bribes a little bit more.
Yeah, I was about to say it sounds good until they start reprogramming the machines and working on the self checkouts.
And stuff.
Being held accountable. That's the best thing.
But I mean, it's gonna take some of what he's doing though, is thinking outside the box on how you can improve it. But one of the things I had always wanted to do was put the judges on a platform or something.
Just give boxing,
raise them up to the ring platform level, so that they are seeing.
Well, if boxing had a governing body,
that would help.
That's what I'm saying. That's the solution. Everybody want to do this, that. No, man. If they had a governing body, then people would get away. NBA. Like they know there's a fine. Like, she would get fined for a stupid call like that.
Yeah. Here's how I know.
So her bribe, whatever she got for it, she wouldn't.
Here's how I know they don't want to fix it. This is how I know they conclusively don't want to fix it. Because you have people like Antonio Margarito, who had loaded raps, got busted, still fought, and then he got a Pacquiao money fight after a suspension. You know what I mean? Povetkin got busted twice the same year for PEDs, different things, fought the same day. And these guys still can fight again. So, you know what I mean? It's the same thing with PEDs. If they wanted to fix it, they would give you a lifetime ban. They don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Just like the judges.
Absolutely.
They don't give you a lifetime ban because like a strike system or anything.
Yeah. They have nothing to worry. Like if we go out and go rob a bank right now together, and then all of a sudden we get caught, and they let us go, and they be like, okay, well, they didn't take over $1 million.
I'm back in Bank of America the next day.
The next day. We're like, we're doing this all the time.
We got caught this time, but look, we can learn from our mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Levi Martinez had the 117-111 Lara card. I covered a fight like 2 weeks later. He was there with a Starbucks at the next fight.
Chilling. Like,
they don't have to worry.
They don't have to worry.
There's no fear factor.
She can get up there and apologize, and she a female, so I mean, she can do the whole little heartfelt thing, but she don't care.
No, they don't.
She chilling.
And see, the other thing is, when there's controversial scorecard, Jeff Horn, Pack, whatever fight, is their pay ever affected?
No.
They still get the paycheck, right?
No.
Yeah. So like
I said, Bob Bennett, the Las Vegas National. Nevada State Athletic Commission. He basically was defending. He was defending her.
So back to the call, my man. Yo, you good? I understand what you're saying, though.
Dante, what happens if you don't upload a video for 2 months?
You don't get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't get paid.
So if they really wanted to fix the problem, they could do that.
Take
with the
away.
judges. Like if this is a real problem, millions of people. You know what I'm saying? But they don't do that stuff.
All right, thank you for your call, though, bro. I really appreciate it. You see, you opened up a whole lot more dialogue, man.
Keep the suggestions coming. Maybe they'll use something.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
One thing I wanted to get to right quick was
we'll take another call in about 1 minute, guys. Go ahead, Milt.
Yeah, Ego alluded to it a minute ago. Shout out to the UK. Because other than the Billy Joe Saunders fight, they had Anthony Yarde and Daniel Dubois on
congratulations congratulations to Anthony Yarde. Got a vicious knockout out there on that undercard.
Daniel Dubois was even more vicious. My God, man, this cat is he's young. He's coming. It's only his 5th or 6th fight. I can't remember, but man, this cat got heavy hands. And he is technically sound.
Yeah,
he dropped. I think it was over within 48 seconds of the first round.
They say he knocked down Anthony Joshua in sparring.
Or you talking about Yarde?
No, Dubois.
Dubois. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Daniel Dubois.
Okay.
This kid, man, is special.
He's a beast.
He is a beast.
Oh snap!
You just
reminded me.
But Anthony Yarde whooped this dude's ass for 3 rounds, and it wasn't even competitive. He got to get it. I don't know if the UK has light heavyweights that are going to challenge him, man. And he probably gonna have to. It's time for him to step up.
I always thought he was a cruiserweight because he's so big.
He is big, man.
Yeah.
He's
I
big.
keep forgetting he's light heavy.
Yeah,
he is so. He's gifted, man.
Super swole, man.
Gifted. I mean. I'm not saying he like Roy Jones Jr. Don't get me wrong, but he shows flashes of Roy.
He does.
He shows flashes,
and that's,
man.
He said that's one of his favorite fighters.
Extremely athletic, extremely fast for that size, and extremely powerful. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't know Anthony Yarde, and everybody talking about what division is the hottest. To me, the light heavyweight division is the hottest division in boxing.
Well, it's one of them. I mean, we have so many right now.
Man. Welterweight. I'll put it like this: welterweight is hot, but it's top heavy. There are only maybe 4, 5 if TC move up.
Well, that's the same thing. You can say the same thing with the light heavyweight.
Wait a minute. I can name you some light heavies. Let me tell you. First, there's SOG. Then there's Badu Jack. Then there's Bevo, who he's just getting ready to fight. Then there's
but those are more
Better Biev and
Better Biev,
but they ain't fun.
Superman.
Yeah, but
there's people who have resumes.
Yeah,
like
you naming kind of B class fighters.
No, man,
they haven't stepped to the next level yet.
Man,
we can't call.
I'll put it like this.
One thing we do.
Well, who at welterweight is on that next
Errol
tier?
Spence, Keith Thurman, 2 belts, Pacquiao,
Sean
Porter,
Terrence Crawford about to move up.
It's a bunch.
That's it.
Garcia. I mean, Amir Khan. Amir Khan can still beat.
Yeah.
Amir Khan can still beat Lamar Peterson. Them
man.
Them Broner maybe kind. I'm not saying they beat.
Brady, but you got to say Mikey Garcia. He's bound to say
Mikey need to go back down.
Yeah.
He need to go back down to 140. He cannot compete with anybody else at 47.
We don't know that.
I know
we
that.
Can't speak on that.
Let me tell you, he's not going to beat Thurman.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. But we can't say that.
We can't say that about Anthony Yarde yet. You know what
I mean?
Yeah,
let
me tell you, man.
Or Bevo, we don't know because they haven't.
We would jump on and sparring is sparring.
Yeah, Bevo.
That's not under them lights. That's a totally different thing.
I understand. Let me tell you, man. There are only
and Shabransky used to be considered a big prospect. You know what I mean? And look at what happened to him. That's why we don't really know until they step up in competition.
But I agree with you.
I'm not saying now. I'm not comparing them to Yarde or nothing like that.
No,
because Yarde is a beast.
The reason why I say it's the hottest is because once you get past maybe the four big heads at welterweight, I'm telling you, man, it's a huge drop off. But I see a lot of even competition at 175 right about now, man.
Okay,
I see a lot of even competition.
No doubt about it. It's definitely one of the deepest
I think all
divisions. No doubt
but the way
about that.
boxing is going, all the divisions are like really having a lot of good fights.
Yeah, even heavyweight.
Like,
I mean, you got Wild.
Heavyweight is stacked. Heavyweight is stacked.
Joshua, like you said, Daniel Dubois.
The featherweight division is stacked.
The featherweight
Dubois ain't quite there yet.
The only division I really don't see nobody that I can remember is lightweight. I don't.
Robert Easter, Jorge Lanata.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Mikey Garcia, maybe.
Yeah. We don't know where Mikey falls.
Robert Easter, though.
Devin Haney. But Robert Easter.
Devin Haney. Yeah, he's at lightweight.
Yeah.
Devin Haney called out Robert Easter.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, he called out Robert Easter, man.
Who's that?
Oh yeah, Devin Haney.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
I agree with.
I tell you one thing. The featherweights. That's a good division, but none of them fighting each other.
Gary Russell, Joe.
But they're not fighting each other.
Let me
tell you.
Hey, listen. Did you hear JoJo call out Gary Russell last night? Though
he had to.
I didn't hear him.
He demanded now.
He's mandatory.
But listen though, I was like, oh man, JoJo Diaz. Oh man, that's great.
That
he won.
Would be a good fight.
He won. But what's the prize? You get to fight
Gary Russell Jr. Yeah,
like,
man.
But I think he can win that fight.
You think you can think? I mean, it's a competitive fight, but I pick Gary to win that one though.
But I'm just saying, like, it's like
Gary Russell all day
I like Gary Russell, but like, dude, he don't fight. He ain't fought nobody, man.
He don't fight enough.
No, he don't fight enough, and he hasn't really fought nobody.
He don't fight enough.
But when he did fight somebody, Lomachenko.
But that Johnny Gonzalez performance, that was impressive though. I mean, that was real impressive. The way he knocked him out like his TBA opponents.
Yeah,
you know?
I know, but Johnny Gonzalez was after Johnny Gonzalez already been.
That was after Johnny had just knocked out Abner Mares, though.
Yeah.
So that was a good win. I mean, but JoJo Diaz, he has boxing pedigree, you know, and so that's a different story.
Man. I just think
it is a different story.
Yeah, it's a different story, man.
Yeah. So
I told you, man, I'm not that keen on fighters that got their record built up by like fighting anybody. I just never been a fan of that. Like,
but I would say this though. I'll say this, and I think you're judging it from your career. But the thing is, I think because and I know. But this is the thing. You started a little bit late.
Yeah.
And I think that you that guy that showed up late to the party, and you trying to catch up with everybody else that's drunk.
But I also
you taking 4
But
5,
I also showed
4 5 shots.
I'm also that person that showed up late to the party and said, "Oh hell, I see how y'all doing it, and I see how y'all losing when y'all get to the top side. And I'm gonna change it up. You know what I mean? I don't want to waste the fans' time. I don't want to waste nobody's time."
Most people are not starting at that late in life, and so when they're starting at 21, 22 years old.
I started when I was 20. Like I was 27. Okay. So
see, that's what I'm saying.
When you turn pro,
and then when you got somebody that's 18, 19, you putting them in there with a cat that's 5 and 40. You know what I'm saying? You putting them in there. It depends on what fighter it is.
Errol Spence, he has some real good opponents that he fought when he was like 3-0.
When I saw that cat fight at 4 fights, I knew he was going to be a world champion.
And let's be honest with Danny Garcia. Like even though he cherry picked a little at the end, if you look at Danny Garcia, he actually fought better competition than a lot of these guys in the beginning.
But Danny's a tweener. Him, but Broner, they in between weight classes, man, and they can't find a weight that's comfortable for them. Because they can't make 140 no more comfortably. They're not big enough to move up to 147. Devin Alexander was another example of it. You know what I mean?
But that comes from fighting smaller guys a lot too. Like it's their
they
problem.
Were smaller guys though. You know what I'm saying?
Let's take another call, guys. Let's take another call. We almost about to wrap it up. Let's see how long we've been in. We had 2 hours almost now.
No, we're not.
Let me see. I need to look at the time. All right, we got 347. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man? We are only an hour 16 minutes in. Okay.
Okay.
Hello. All right, we're gonna go to the next one. 347. You there?
He got that old school.
What's going on?
Oh, there you go. Oh, all right. What's good with you, man? What's on your mind? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on? I'm Kevin Escobar. I want to give you guys a big shout out, Ego. I follow you on YouTube, and Dante, you guys doing a great job, new media thing. Thank you so much. As a boxing fan, I appreciate it.
For sure.
All right, so let me get into the fight real quick. I was actually pretty impressed by Triple G. I didn't think he's faced top-level quality opponents until he faced Daniel Jacobs. I did think that he won the fight. I think it was closer than what they were saying it was going to be. But talking about this right now is like beating a dead horse. What I really wanted to talk to you guys was about the comments that Roy Jones Jr. made about Loma versus Rigo, the 2-time Olympians, and if one of them wins, they will be at the top pound-for-pound list. And I know you guys don't like talking about the pound-for-pound, but I do think it's relevant because this year in boxing is just that pound-for-pound list is crazy right now.
I don't mind talking about the pound-for-pound list.
Matter of fact, we love it.
But I don't agree with that. If Roy Jones said that, I don't agree with that. I don't think the winner is a pound-for-pound top. I don't.
I mean, well, I wouldn't say number one. Like the way I look at it, once again, resume,
I don't even put him in the top 5.
Oh, you wouldn't put him in the top 5?
I wouldn't.
Rigo and Loma?
Nope.
Now, I would have to disagree with you on that one right there, Dewayne. No, but
man.
Like, I mean, look, when you beat, this is how I look at it. When you beat, because this is what we all talking about. We all talking about who is pound for pound. So when you beat someone on the pound for pound list,
but neither one of them are on the pound for pound
Rigo
list.
is not
Neither
you don't have Rigo on the pound for pound list?
No, I don't.
Oh man, I thought.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna put.
You remember when he beat Donaire? Donaire was considered number 3 when he beat Donaire,
and that's when he was up there.
But
he's not up there no more. I'm sorry.
Well, who do you have?
I can't sit there and put somebody in pound for pound list that has a fight in one round he only throws 6 punches. I'm sorry.
He's breaking jaws though.
But yeah, but think about that though. But seriously,
against
let's say he only
he's
threw
fighting
3 punches.
guys that you ain't never heard of.
That's because people don't want to fight.
Nobody wants to fight him.
That's
Nobody
not true.
wants to fight him.
That's not true.
Quick, Frampton.
Leo Santa Cruz.
That's not true.
Frampton,
people want to fight him,
Abner
but they
Mares.
also people want to fight him, but they also want to get paid to fight him.
But
and
they didn't even use that as an excuse, though, Dwayne. They didn't even use that as an excuse.
I heard Leo Santa Cruz use that as an excuse.
No,
Leo said he wanted $3 million.
Leo Santa Cruz dad said we don't like his style.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't like his style. They know he ain't gonna bring no money. That's what I'm saying. Like Rigondeaux ain't gonna bring you no money, so why take a risk?
Lomachenko's doing it.
Donaire got his biggest check against Rigo. Donaire got his biggest check against
And
Rigo.
Lomachenko is going to bring money. The reason why, because all of us are saying we want to see it.
But that's
like nobody's yelling for Cruz versus Rigondeaux. Nobody yelling. Nobody yelling for that.
Dwayne, that would have been huge, bro. That would have been huge, bro.
Man.
Leo,
I'm sorry. Get back to the cut. I'm sorry. The phone call. The phone call. My bad.
No. This is what we do. This is what we do, man.
But I don't think neither one of them.
Who do you have in your top 3? Yeah, who do you have in your top 3?
Top 3
top
is
5. I want to.
Yeah.
All right, Terrence Crawford is number 1, and then I gotta go with Andre Ward, even though I don't want to, but Andre Ward, I just don't. I like Andre Ward. Andre Ward deserves to be up there. I just don't like his style. Like, I just don't. And then I got to go with, I can't say my favorite fighters, but then I got to go with Keith Thurman.
At number 3?
At number 3. I actually want to put Keith Thurman over Andre Ward because of the inactivity.
You know you can't do that, Dwayne.
I know
you can't do that.
I know I don't. I can't.
Yeah, what do you mean, Keith Thurman?
But why do they talk about Keith Thurman so bad? Like, he deserved to be.
Nobody talking bad about him. I just think that pressure of Errol Spence calling him out. It just I mean, I don't think that's anything bad. It's just Errol been calling him out since he was a prospect.
That's a good fight.
And now he wants to fight him, but I don't think no one has been talking bad about Keith Thurman, though. And people just saying, when you gonna fight the boy? And now, I mean, the fact that Keith Thurman, soon as Danny Garcia got a belt, Keith Thurman said, "I'm ready, I want you." And then when Errol Spence got the belt, he like, well, that fight is gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying anything bad about Thurman. Yeah. It's just we know what time it is when it comes to Errol Spence, man.
Like, it's just. I don't know.
Who you picking that fight? Spence Thurman.
Oh, I got.
Go ahead and give me a headline. We might have to make this a separate video.
I actually going with Thurman though.
You going with Thurman?
I'm going with Thurman.
You just gave me a headline for a video.
The reason why I go with Thurman because Thurman shows like adjustments. You know what I mean? Like he really showed adjustments.
You don't think Errol shows adjustments?
In that Kell Brook fight.
Yeah, he was losing.
Because he was losing the first half.
No, but I just think Kell Brook deviated from what he was doing. Why? Because he was getting fatigued. Why? He was trying to load up with every shot. He deviated from what he was doing. He was winning the fight. I think we forget that. He was winning against Errol Spence.
You don't think that pressure got to him?
Oh, the pressure helped too. Now,
because remember,
did he deviate or change up the pressure?
Well,
he didn't.
Hey, I was gonna say, did Errol make him change?
And that's what I said. It could have been, but I still
think the power and the pressure made him change.
I still felt like the fatigue kicked in.
But if he was fighting Chris Algieri, he wouldn't have fatigued like that.
Yeah.
But when you're fighting Errol Spence, who's
settled
body,
or the mandatories, I can't even remember their names now. Jojo Dan.
Yeah.
Jojo Dan. Yeah.
He was fatiguing them.
But I just think Keith Thurman keeps showing us different elements to his game, and Errol Spence ain't showed me that element, and maybe why, because he hasn't went against top level, but just kept broke.
But when Thurman was on the ropes with Sean Porter, man, I was a little concerned because like he had that high guard like that, and Sean Porter was ripping them body shots, and we know Errol Spence is vicious when it comes to body shots.
But the point is, Sean is a different kind of animal when it comes to pressure.
But what about Collazo? Collazo had him worse.
Yeah, Collazo hurt him bad with that straight to the body.
Fighter. He's a southpaw.
But let's not get it twisted. Collazo can punch. Colossus is a
You don't
good.
think Errol can fight?
No, I'm not saying he can't, but I'm just saying like anybody can get a good shot off. You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
Errol get a couple of them.
I think Deontay Wilder is one of the people that is a key example of he gonna get a good shot off. But he don't have the best skills.
But that's mainly his right hand, though.
But yeah.
But Errol is hurting you with all kind of different shots, though.
I get it.
He giving you
and I knew we're gonna get on this Errol fence, and I knew y'all boys love some Errol now. I just listen. But I still feel. I
wouldn't care if
Errol is a beast. Errol is a beast. But I think Keith Thurman. I think y'all underrating Keith Thurman, and I think Keith Thurman will make adjustments and beat.
I like
Spinks.
Keith Thurman. Another reason why I personally would pick Errol, Keith gains a lot of weight in his offseason. He's been fighting one time a year. Errol's still training. Every time I see him at fights, he's in shape and stuff like that. And the body work and all that. I just think that's going to overwhelm.
Yeah, but you got to remember Errol Spence out there wilding in the streets right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I just think that one video clip was out there.
Oh, you talking about the little body, the little body shot
man, but that's one little video that's stupid. So if you see him doing stupid stuff like that, imagine all the other stupid stuff he may be doing.
Keith Thurman, they got a video of Keith Thurman in the streets too.
Keith Thurman out there doing stupid stuff. Like
he's supposed to be hurt.
They even on the stupid meter then, if that's the case.
What was the caller's question? I forgot.
I don't know. What was your question, man? How did you start all this?
Sorry, man.
You done stirred up all kind of stuff, my man Kevin Escobar, right?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what you had asked, man. But
about Roy Jones, he was talking about Roy Jones.
Oh, he was talking about Roy Jones. Yeah, he was talking about Roy Jones. Hey, brother. Well, I thank you for your call. We're gonna get to another one. All right, man.
All
right, man.
My bad, man. We forgot. He
he
sent us down the rabbit hole.
Man.
You know what? I want to go back to Eris Lundy Lara. I want to go back to Lara.
Okay.
Since y'all high on Lara, why hasn't he fought Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade?
The same reason
why
nobody fought him.
I put it like this. Okay, and then why is it that the last 5 opponents this dude has had have been? I mean, Ishe Smith, Yuri Foreman, Martha Rosen, which it was a close fight, and I think he almost lost that fight.
Ishe Smith is on the pound for pound list, man.
Oh boy,
I'm joking.
Okay, yeah.
Come on, bro. Yeah. I think y'all give that dude too much credit, man. Lara. I'm not really impressed by Lara.
But Milton, it's not so much about giving him credit. It's about the fact that he's calling out somebody that we call a monster.
Let me tell you, just because he called this dude out, that doesn't mean he got the answer. I'm not listening.
But why not though? I mean,
the opinion of sheeps doesn't matter to Lions.
But if Golovkin will fight Willie Monroe, why not fight Lara? Lara fought on pay-per-view. He fought Canelo. Why not fight Lara?
Or look at it like
this. Let me tell you. I put it like this.
When Triple G calls out Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, we take his word for it that he really wants those fights.
Exactly.
So when Lara is saying he wants Triple G,
we got to give him props.
Let's take his word that he actually wants.
I understand that, but then this also too, and y'all act like y'all don't see this from a business point of view. That's not a good fight, man. Because the thing is, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. It ain't enough money in the fight for him. Especially when Lara was doing all the calling out a couple years ago. That was Triple G versus Eris Lundy Lara.
But it can't be that convenient.
It's not no money. It's not no money in the fight.
Kirk, let Kirk chime in. Go ahead, Kirk.
But where's the money in a fight with Triple G and Willie Monroe or Triple G and Dominic Wayne?
Ain't no money in those fights.
Hey, man.
Adama.
Hey, Dante, we was at the Willie Monroe. I mean, we was at the Dominic Wade Golovkin fight. 16,500 people.
Thank you.
And I report boxing. I didn't know nothing about Dominic Wade.
Yeah.
Ego. They didn't even care who Golovkin was facing.
Yeah, exactly.
They just wanted to see him.
But this is
put
the
on
second
a performance.
I put
they
like
wanted
this.
to see a showcase.
Right. Yeah. This is it.
That's all
that's
they
it.
And then they're going to match him
it.
the way that to make him
the
look
other
good.
part is
that's clearly
Golovkin, I believe, will win that fight, but he is going to look bad doing it. because Lara is going to make him look bad.
But that's a personal problem. That sounds like a personal problem.
Ain't no
to me,
personal
though.
problem.
And you got to remember, dude,
that's bad for business.
Yes.
Dwayne,
That's
shouldn't you be able to beat any style though?
Yes,
you know what
yes,
I mean?
yes.
No matter what the style. You can't say if you don't promise to put your hands down, I'm not gonna fight you.
Let me tell you,
if you're gonna make it hard for me to hit you, the deal is off. I want to put it in the contract.
And the way
the
way things are, the best only fight the best when they have to. That's how the boxing is going.
And
right
at the
now.
time, Lara wasn't the best.
When he fought Canelo, he was considered the best middleweight. That's why Canelo fought.
And it could be argued Lara won that fight too.
And you can argue that.
You can argue Edeslandi Lara shouldn't have any losses because
Williams, oh my God, he beat up Paul Williams.
Yeah. So, but see, I think as fans, we got to get out of the habit of like, I'm not Oscar De La Hoya, Al Heyman. I don't care. I want to see the good fights.
Yes.
If it's a boring fight, because this is the thing with me, if you think you can match certain people and you're going to get a definitive action fight, it don't always work like that.
Mm-hmm.
People thought Ward Kovalev 1 was going to be boring, and it was actually an entertaining fight.
Yeah.
People thought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Canelo would be a war. That was boring as shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
excellent point.
Even fights like Ruslan Provatnikov versus Lucas Matisse, I thought for sure somebody was going to get stretched.
And it didn't.
It went to the cards.
It went to the cards.
So we got to stop.
If Provatnikov didn't have a granite chin, I mean, somebody should have been stretched in that fight.
Was crazy.
Hey,
that was
Dante,
a wild fight,
I got
man.
another. Since we talked about Mills,
who thought Posto was gonna beat Matisse? Like you know what I'm saying? Who thought that? Like,
I got another add-on. What was Lada's most action-packed fight? Angulo.
And that was, I still go back and watch that fight. That was
I could have swore
that was a good fight.
That Lara was going to box the hell out of him. He got knocked down twice.
Thank you.
He got dropped.
Thank you.
The Golovkin fight could be the same way.
I think it will be the same way.
And
let me see.
And he will.
I think it will be the same way.
And you think?
And you seen Angulo's?
Oh, he will bruise Triple G face up.
Of course.
He will bruise. What? You don't see that?
I don't see that.
The lighter. Look what Kell Brook did to his face. You don't think Lara is stronger and quicker?
Bigger frame.
He's not gonna stay in the pocket with him.
He's gonna hit him. He
have to stay in the pocket with him.
He does, man.
All he gotta do is land that left hand.
Yeah, and he gonna consistently land.
And the jab, he gonna be landing left hands. He gonna be landing that.
Listen,
I don't see that.
There are spots in the Canelo fight. Like I said earlier, Canelo has a makeshift lateral movement style. He doesn't really do that often. He hasn't perfected that.
That's why he was stretching. That's why he was stretching during the fight.
He's no Floyd Mayweather. He did it for this particular fight, and you've seen it cost him because he got winded late.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Lada is from a Cuban background. This is his style.
Yeah.
So Golovkin's have to cut off the ring on somebody who's very established with that style.
And Golovkin is very familiar with the amateur Cubans.
He is.
With the Cubans.
You took the point right away from me.
He knows how dominant they are. He understands these things.
Yes.
Think about it. The fighters that he avoided, like the plague, were fighters with amateur pedigree, deep amateur Olympic pedigree. Andre Ward, Edeslandi Lara.
I can never understand.
Your English boy at 168.
DeGale?
DeGale. James DeGale, who called him out a long time ago when he said that he would go up and fight anyone from 154 to 168. Another gold medalist, DeGale. Not saying he wins, guaranteed win.
But he wanted to fight with Mayweather, though.
Yeah, but he wanted to fight with Mayweather.
Who didn't want to fight with Mayweather? I'll fight Mayweather.
But I'm just saying,
man, Mayweather's a cash cow. That's why everybody.
And he moved more than Lara.
Okay, everybody is gonna want. Everybody want to fight Mayweather.
And the other thing is,
actually, he moved less than Lara in the Canelo fight.
Shit, Bernard Hopkins said he would drop weight to fight Mayweather. Everybody want to fight Mayweather.
But you're right. There's an exception with Mayweather. Yeah. But the thing is, why are you not fighting guys that could propel your career so you could be considered pound for pound the best fighter?
Let's be real.
If he would have fought Andre Ward, do you know how much that would have catapulted?
I think that's the only. I think that's the only fighter he has avoided.
He take out.
I think he seriously avoided
Lara. He avoided Lara.
I don't call that.
If he take out Charlo, if he take out Charlo, I say he the best. I actually.
Oh yeah.
I say he's pound for. He'd be a king to me. I think he'd be the pound for pound king if he take it. Even Canelo. If Canelo go take out Charlo or
Triple G, Danny Jacobs there too though. But Charlo, I think that.
But you know what? You know a fight I would love to see.
This is where I agree with Dwayne with the clever matchmaking. We've seen it with Pacquiao's career. Terrence Crawford. That stylistically could prove to be a very difficult fight, no matter who won. You know what I'm saying? they fight Chris Algieri. We make exceptions for that. Brandon Rios, different people like that. And Golovkin, when we're talking about him, the fights that I think stylistically will make for very difficult fights, some of them he didn't take.
And then,
like Zordo Ramirez, Gilberto Ramirez.
But watch how HBO presented though.
Yeah,
presented.
yeah.
Oh, nobody wants to
Promoted
fight
and pushed
him.
it.
Nobody wants him.
Yeah.
Wants it. Nobody.
Dante,
That's a lie, man.
Dante,
There's
my
people want to
question
fight
you
him.
is this: Willie Monroe Jr. stylistically versus Golovkin, or Gilberto Zordo Ramirez? Who do you think would be a tougher fight? Someone who's 6'2",
Yeah, of
and
course.
has an inside style.
Of
long
course.
arm. Yeah.
It would be, yeah.
But
and
I put. Let me tell you, man. I really.
if someone were to listen to your advice, Milton, though, they would have no good opponents on their record. Because
that's
you
not what
basically
I'm
said,
saying, man.
I'm not saying that's what you said.
I said that one particular
But
opponent
if
in
Canelo-
Erislandy Lara is the only one. Because that
But he's
style,
not. But he's not going to fight Charlo. But he's not going to fight Charlo. He's not going to fight Danny Jacobs in the rematch.
If he don't fight
he's
Charlo,
not going to fight Andre Ward.
If he don't fight Charlo,
especially with Charlo speaking on him. It got to happen.
But I just named 4 fighters right there, though.
No,
that he's not going to fight. And then you got Ramirez. The other fighters at 168 that he most likely won't fight.
But this is the thing, man. When a
Who
fighter
should
is
Triple
good,
G fight? Let me ask you this: Who should Triple G fight?
I think he should fight Charlo. I think he should fight Charlo.
All right, cool.
You think
I
he
think
should fight Charlo?
yes.
But see, people,
and that's the point.
I'll put it like
And
this.
he's
So
not-
he shouldn't fight Lara, but he should fight Charlo.
Lara don't pose the same threat.
And
as Charlo.
Charlo's style is not like Lara. So why is it
They used to train together.
He's avoiding Charlo just
I
like he's
know.
avoiding Lara. Though.
Charlo used to train with Lara.
Wait a minute, Charlo just moved to 160,
And Abel Sanchez told me we not fighting him unless the WBC forces us to fight
and
him.
I hope they do force him to.
So, but that's my point though. So I'm saying if Lara has a style that he doesn't like, then what's the excuse for not fighting Charlo?
Yeah.
You know what
He
I mean?
just got to fight with Triple G,
And now he's another
Charlo just
160.
moved up to 160. He ain't had a chance yet.
So you saying Charlo don't deserve to fight the top at 160?
Yes, he did. Listen,
I'm
listen, man.
confused.
Let me break this down. Okay, Charlo just fought J-Rock less than a year ago.
He just fought Heelan just a couple months ago.
And so that hasn't had time to materialize.
That's not what Abel said, though. That's not what Abel said. You giving them excuses that they not even using.
Yes.
No, what I'm saying is
they should be
nobody no excuse.
They should be fighting around by March.
But no, this is what y'all ask me. Y'all say why he ain't fought Charlo. Charlo just moved to 160.
This is what I'm saying.
He ain't had a chance yet.
I'm telling you right now.
If
Golovkin
it
will
goes
not
another
fight
year without him fighting Charlo, he avoided Charlo.
But we've seen this pattern already. This is not like something new. Like Golovkin have been fighting everybody, and I'm just throwing stuff out there.
The only point I'm saying is
Ward called him out. He didn't fight Ward. Lara called him out. He didn't fight him.
Ward is
Now-
the only.
now
I think
Charlo
Ward is
calling
the
him
only. Ward is the only opponent that I say that he avoided. I think that the other one was, man, that right there is an ugly ass style.
No, but
I'm gonna be running him around the ring all night long.
But when we talking about avoiding,
that man ain't in his weight class. He ain't got to fight him.
But
so
you
and I wouldn't make him fight him.
So why did people want to see Mayweather versus Lara? People, they was people saying they wanted to see Mayweather versus
why
Lara.
do people say they want to see Mayweather Golovkin? He ain't in his
Yeah,
weight class.
yeah. Mayweather's supposed
I
to be.
don't want to see that. I didn't never ask for that.
But
I
a
thought
lot
that
of
was
people
dumb as
did.
hell when people were saying that.
But this is the thing, though. He's calling him out. He's calling him out. Lara has been calling him out for 2 whole years. Once you fight Willie Monroe, you destroy. You lose all credibility when it comes to using excuses for why you don't want to fight him.
Put it this way,
That's the bottom line. Because Willie had the exact same style as Lara, except for he doesn't have knockouts.
If I'm a teacher in the classroom and I say, anybody answer this question on the board, there's 30 students, and one student's like, me, pick me. And I'm looking around the class like I don't see nobody. And this one kid's like, me. No one else wants to answer. Come up on the board and answer the question. Then you got to do what you got to do. Triple G said at a point, nobody wanted to fight him. He's avoided. So we can't look at the one person who has his hand, me, pick me. And say, oh, that's a boring style. I don't want to see it. Lara's not in the weight class. He said, I'll come to 160. There's no excuse. If he gets knocked out at 160, then that's what it is. Rigging out, he said, I'm ready to come up to 30 for Vasil Lomachenko.
You can't.
Let's see. We can't prevent it,
and you can't ask your opponent to conform to your style either.
No, I'm not saying that.
But that's,
you know what this boils
You're not
down
supposed to
though?
like his style, though. You're not supposed to like his style.
You're supposed to
You know
figure
what
it
I'm saying?
out.
You're supposed to figure it out.
Dante, that's like telling Beterbiev or Kovalev, can you not hit me so hard?
Yeah,
that's the reverse
exactly.
of it. They're
exactly.
power punchers. They're gonna hit you with smoke, and if you can't take it, your chin can't take it, your body can't take it. They're not gonna let some steam off shots. They're gonna hit you with the hardest thing they got.
And you act like Triple G is such an easy fight for Lara. He should take it and get the paycheck. He should take it
if it's but
easy money.
But Milton is admitting it's gonna be a tough fight though. He's admitting it's gonna be a tough fight. So he shouldn't take it.
Yeah.
Because the risk is not worth it. Is pretty much what you're saying.
I guess
high risk, low reward. But it would be high reward.
And this is the thing, not for him getting knocked out or getting hurt. I don't think Lara hurts him. I don't think a Lara.
But that's why we have to see the fight, though. But that's why. That's just.
But look, we can end it like this. If Triple G, should he fight the next fight? Charlo.
I was gonna say, if he chooses to fight Billy Joe Saunders and unify the titles, that's cool. But I think his next fight, I think eventually within the next, I don't know, man.
Okay, I don't want to see
within
him
the next
step
year.
in
He
the
got to
ring.
fight Charlo.
Them guys
I would like to see him fight Charlo.
They consider pay-per-view fighters now, right? Yeah. Considering.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see Triple G fight nobody but Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah.
Billy G. I was about to say Billy G.
Billy G.
Or Charlo.
Or Charlo.
Or Danny Jacobs rematch.
Or Danny Jacobs rematch.
Yeah. Those three guys, if it ain't those three guys, I don't want to see them fight.
Dante,
Canelo. If he don't fight, Charlo
Triple
or
G rematch, any of them. Danny Jacobs,
Danny.
But
Danny Jacobs, something like that. I don't want to see him.
But
no more.
why are you playing though? Why are you playing? I would like to see Danny Jacobs against Charlo. I would like to see that fight.
Yeah, but the thing is, Charlo is Golovkin's mandatory right now.
Right.
So let's go in order right now.
Let's go in order.
Here's the other thing.
Daniel Jacobs had his shot. He lost. Why do losers keep getting world title shots? Y'all explain that to me. Super flyweights.
This is the other thing from my.
I'm tired of that too.
This is the other thing from my perspective. Everything that people ask of Golovkin, his team set forth. They set that precedence. You know what I mean? They said we'll fight from 154 to 168. Abel Sanchez did an interview, said Golovkin beats Kovalev, Ward, and Adonis at 175. I didn't say that. So you can't be mad at the fan. And this is the other thing they do. They build up the fighters like they say Golovkin, he's record breaking on the East Coast, the West Coast, the UK, he's selling out venues. So it don't matter who you fight. If you fight Lara, you should be able to do that because you're the A side. You're the superstar that they're saying you are, and he can sell out no matter who he's fighting. So why do we use Lara? Oh, he don't sell no tickets. Rigging out don't sell no tickets. We can't use that if they're the stars that they say they are.
Something else real quick.
But why
something else before I forget. Something else before I forget.
Bring up a topic after
Angulo. Let me just say this. Look at how much credit they gave Angulo quitting against Lara. And look how much credit they gave him just quitting and knocking down Lara. Imagine if Golovkin will go in there and get the job done and knock him out.
And Lara hasn't been stopped.
He's never been stopped. Or beat decisively.
If Golovkin stopped Canelo last night, if he stops Lara, the boxing world will give him credit. You know what I'm saying?
I doubt it.
Coming up.
They would.
No,
Three
man.
people
If he beats Lara?
If he beat Lara,
he gets no credit for that fight.
Let's get on this. Can we get on this subject real quick though,
He got
guys?
credit for beating Willie Monroe.
Yes, he did.
Credit for that.
Yeah, you did.
I don't give him credit for that.
Can I get on this subject real quick, guys? Can we have this subject?
That's a showcase
Why
fight.
do guys that lose, come off a loss, get world title shots?
Because they look vulnerable and they lost.
Yeah. And it's a name.
Why do we not argue that? Like, why do the public do not say nothing about it? Like, it happens all the time, but the public don't say nothing because they want to see that fighter fight.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
They want to see him fight. But once
and
again,
they get credit for beating somebody that just lost.
And listen, when I say that they gave Golovkin credit, I'm not talking about you in particular because we talking about people in the whole.
Right.
We're talking about people in general.
Right.
Yeah.
Boxing ego, we already know. We seen the comments. We seen how the fans. I mean, I remember some person ran past me after he knocked out Willie Monroe, and this dude he just said, "Yeah, he gonna fuck up all all them. You know, I'm gonna say he gonna fuck up all them niggas. You know, it was like a Golovkin fan. It was it was a. And he wasn't black, you know. When but he walked by, he said that because I was interviewing Hernandez. I was interviewing Diego. What's his name? Rudy. I was interviewing Rudy Hernandez, and somebody ran by in the background and said that they was jumping up and down celebrating how he looked. Because you know what, Milton? The majority of fans, they don't care who the opponent is. They just want it to be a guaranteed win for Gennady Golovkin.
Exactly.
They don't. That's why they didn't want the war fight, but they loved it. But they didn't complain about the Willie Monroe fight.
Here's a perfect example of that. Vasil Lomachenko, I give it to him. He's skilled for the lack of. He doesn't have that many fights, but he has a couple cool names on it. He just fought a guy who lost in April off of a loss, like my man Dewayne is saying. From a lower weight class.
Coming off 2 losses. He lost to Waters, then he lost to Oscar Valdez.
Not back-to-back, but
not back-to-back.
He did have 2 losses.
Yeah.
And he got knocked down in both of those
But you don't
losses.
count that the fight in between. He didn't fight. Like
that was just a nobody.
It was a nobody. It was just to get him a W.
But I swear to you, guys can Google this. After Lomachenko beat a guy coming up in weight off a loss, I seen an article and says Lomachenko beats Mariaga and cements his pound-for-pound #1 status.
Yep.
So you mean to tell me
that's exactly what I'm saying?
So they use that fight as a catalyst. They
putting Inoue at the top in the pound for. They got Inoue in the pound for pound for beating Antonio Nieves.
If Golovkin knocks out Lara, he will get credit.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Kurt? Hey, hold on. Hey, Kurt, what'd you say? Hey, what'd you say, Kurt?
I was saying there's a bunch of guys on ESPN that have Triple G rated as #1 pound for pound.
Get out.
Yeah.
I told y'all how I feel about him, man.
That don't surprise
y'all.
But I'd rather see Triple G up there than Lomachenko.
Hey, but I will say this though, he beat a pound for pound fighter last night. And in my opinion, but it was a draw. But they got it a draw.
My question is this regarding Triple G's resume. By your estimation, who was the first guy that he fought that's considered elite?
Probably Kell Brook, and it was a smaller guy.
So who's the first guy his size?
Hold on. You mean to tell me 10, 11 years into your career, you're 34 and 35 years old, and you're fighting your first elite opponent?
Listen, though. This
a welterweight.
I put it like this though. Listen,
but we'll glorify that. We glorify that.
No. And I do. And it was hype. I understand how the hype train rolls through HBO. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. But what I'm saying is he beat solid quality guys that were world level, from Kasim Uma to.
Kasim Uma was way past his prime.
Martin Murray.
That's not Martin Murray.
Listen.
All of his title shots. Sergio.
Yes.
Felix.
I ain't saying that I'm not saying that the guy was a world class fighter. I'm gonna say
and most of them guys you naming are coming off losses. These guys, back to what I was saying about that weigh-in, man. He won't fight monsters.
The Rubios. These are all solid fighters to help somebody.
Who are we comparing Golovkin to when it comes to his resume? That's what we need to figure out.
Okay, y'all, just let me speak, bro.
Go ahead.
The cat started off his career later on, and what they were doing was building him up as a fighter. Usually that type of buildup happens when a fighter is around between 21 to 25 years old. Mm-hmm. But the cat started later, coming over from Kazakhstan. So hey, let's build this guy up. Let's see what he got. And then unfortunately, by the time he's 35, that's when he's starting to hit the heart or the meat of his competition level. Unfortunately, that's what he got to deal with.
But why is that the case if he has 350 amateurs?
I know.
Any guy that starts in the like Amir Khan at 19, he was fighting Bradis Prescott.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko in his second fight took on Orlando Salido. You look at anybody, Errol Spence had been calling for Keith Thurman. Anybody who has Olympic, JoJo Diaz.
Yeah, the guys
they're moving those guys faster. Rigondeaux fought Nonito Donaire in his 13th, 11th fight, something like that, and schooled him. Donaire hadn't lost in 11 years. So usually when you have that much of an amateur pedigree, it's on and popping when you turn pro, like the Ladas, the Luis Q.
I say King usually it is. You know what? I was with Roy Jones.
He's ready now.
And let me say this too.
I was with Roy Jones a couple years ago.
And let me say this too. I say elite fighters are elite when they fight somebody, like them solid guys you were naming, and them guys don't want to fight no more. Everybody Triple G was fighting, they usually fight again. They right at it. Right at it. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that. I can truly say that. Cause look at some of these, man. You can look at some of these other fighters. When Mayweather beat a guy, you ain't see him for a while.
Well,
not just for the money, but you just didn't see him for a while.
Terrence Crawford. Victor Poster.
Yeah, I about to say Terrence Crawford. My next one. They didn't.
Felix Diaz. I won't be surprised.
And let's be honest, Rigondeaux. That's why I knew Rigondeaux was elite when he beat Donaire.
And he was never the same.
Donaire needed a substitute. He was never the same.
He was never the same.
That's what I'm saying. So Triple G he beat these guys, but them guys came back like, I lost. You know what I'm saying? But they came because he was getting these guys at a good time when they was already coming off losses anyway. Rosado and stuff like that. Come on, man. Them guys. They didn't look at him like I'm not afraid of you. I'm ready to take you down. They came there like, hey, look, they paying me to take a loss right here. I'm going to take this loss. And I ain't feeling that. I can't put you pound for pound like that.
I don't know, man. It just seems as though y'all judge this man off of a different standard.
What standard?
And I think
we comparing him to everybody else.
If you compare him to everybody else,
how old was Floyd when he got his first title?
Like, what was it, 21?
Yeah. How old was Mike Tyson when he got his first title?
21.
He was 20.
He was 20.
All we doing is comparing him to the elite. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
And at the end of the day, I can't.
But everybody's circumstance ain't the same. How old were you when you got your first title?
You're right. Everybody's circumstance ain't the same, but we can move at a different rate.
But once again, like boxing ego said
just like
earlier,
when you bring me up, I jumped out there and fought somebody right away.
Right.
Triple G, what did he do?
But if the media pushes a narrative, that's what you have to remember.
I can't. I'm not faulting that man because of what they're doing.
It's not his fault. But we only talking boxing though,
and I'm talking fighting. I'm talking the man in the ring. And
we're comparing him. We're talking boxing, so we're comparing him to other fighters that's considered pound for pound the best in the world. Other fighters that's considered special. Other fighters that deserve credit when they putting in the work. We comparing them to them other fighters. Like I said, it's not like how we always talk about Floyd, where we say when we talk about Floyd, we really comparing him to himself.
Listen, Andre Ward is a year younger than Gennady Golovkin, and think about how many names he beat in the divisions he's fought at.
Absolutely.
Look at Pacquiao. When Manny Pacquiao was 35, you can't not look at his resume and say he didn't beat this guy, Marco Antonio.
I say when you older, you jump out there quicker. Like I started as an amateur, I was older.
But listen,
I turned open class after 3 fights. I was like, man, bump this. I want to fight the light guy. So once I turned open, guess who they put me in the ring with? Somebody with 88 fights, and I beat him. 88 fights. I went against the guy. So I was just going through all them guys. Sean Simpson. You think of a top amateur, I basically beat him.
And I understand that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, so I can't feel the route they took with him. Because all they did, he was beating mediocre fighters, and we were putting him as the best, and it bothers me.
Oscar De La Hoya, gold medalist. Triple G, silver medalist. Yeah. They don't just hand those out, so you're one level above what Oscar De La Hoya achieved. Meanwhile, De La Hoya, he's at the end of his career at age 35.
Yeah.
Golovkin, since he hadn't really fought the names, he just got his biggest name yesterday.
And I can speak for a fighter that did start late. I feel younger than. Should I be sparring younger guys? I get like 4 or 5 younger guys. I ended with an amateur, but I get like 3 pros, and I ended with an amateur. And that amateur tires out, and I done went 11 rounds, and when I put an amateur in there, and I tired him out within 2 rounds.
Wilder, Sergio Martinez, they all started late.
Yeah,
but they had good names by 35.
Exactly.
We don't.
Jesse James Leha. I mean, he was fighting Azuma Nelson and all kind of fighters.
And he started
at the same age you started, around 27 years old.
And that's why I say I can't say that Triple G slowed down or he burnt out. No, I think he's fresh. I think he's good and fresh.
And we can see.
When Charlo beat him,
man, can I get a word?
I know, but when Charlo beat him, you know what's gonna happen. Everybody know what's gonna happen. They're gonna say, "Oh, he was over the hill."
Yeah, he was over the hill. He was past his prime.
No, everybody gonna say he was a hype job. That's what it.
Well,
that's what we gonna say.
I know that's what y'all gonna say.
But other
what I'm
people
saying
ain't gonna
is,
say that.
What I'm saying is,
Let me say.
Look what they did to Roman Gonzalez. That was blasphemy. That was shameful.
But Milton, when you step up in competition, that's the time.
That's the
when
time.
you're supposed to show you not a hype job. That's the time when you're supposed to show that exactly what you was doing to Adama, Willie Monroe, you could do it to Canelo.
Yep.
You could do it to Charlo. That's what Terrence Crawford showed.
Yes.
That's what Andre Ward showed. That's what Floyd Mayweather showed. That's what Special Fighter. That's what Rigo showed.
Pack it out.
You know,
You think I'm comparing Golovkin to Mayweather?
who are you? No,
You got to.
I gave you 4 names. You only mentioned Mayweather. I said Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward.
He is not on neither one of their levels.
But that's the point.
He ain't on their levels.
So if he's not on that level, that means he's not the best.
More?
He's not.
So why is he getting praised more?
Why he getting praised more than them fighters?
We know why he getting praised.
Okay,
more.
well there we go. That's our point.
Speak it, my brother.
That's what we point.
I won't go there with it, but we know why.
That's the whole point we making right now.
That's what we saying.
Dante,
why let somebody? We had Magic Mountain, we had Disneyland, and why you let somebody all the way in the back of the line go all the way to the front of the line? He ain't got no pass. He ain't got. You know.
Listen,
we wait. We gotta wait just like we gotta wait.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
He shouldn't get no special treatment.
Jesus
and
Christ,
and
man.
that's the point. That's the point, man.
It's 3 against. Hey y'all, it's 3 against 1 up in here.
Hey, hold on.
That's 3-on-1 in here.
Dewayne got. Well, we might as well wrap it up, man. We might as well wrap it up anyway, man. So once again. But we got some reports too, Milton, before we wrap it up.
I think we hit just about everything. Diego De La Hoya did his thing yesterday. But just let me see what's coming up.
Diego fought in the co-main event, right?
Yeah. He
don't get no props for that, man.
He lost. He missed the
I
fight.
think Randy lost.
But even the fight, like Dewayne was saying earlier, the competition for the blue chip Ryan Martin.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people were booing because they thought his opponent beat him. He was in there with someone tough.
Yeah.
How did that fight play out? I missed that one.
I thought he lost. Martin lost.
You thought Martin lost?
But they gave it to him.
Oh wow!
And why was
I thought he won.
Why
I
would
thought he won.
somebody tell me why was Joseph Diaz celebrating about beating a guy that they got on 3-day notice? Like what? Why are you celebrating that?
He's just happy to
Because
win.
he got the Gary Russell shot.
I know, but
but y'all know Oscar Valdez and Gilberto Ramirez. You know they're fighting next weekend. And
show Liz.
Yeah, and then Jorge Linares is the weekend after that. But you know, we all waiting on October 14th, where we got Mel Charlo against Lubin.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, that's gonna.
That's
be
the
good
one right there.
We haven't had any picks yet.
Erickson Lubin has an amateur pedigree. I think he's 21, and he's already fighting a top champion.
There you go.
At the division.
But shout out,
and he made that happen. Ego.
Shout out.
He wanted that.
They wouldn't have forced
Now, who made it happen
Jesus
too?
Christ,
Shout out
man.
to Nelson Lopez Jr. man, because I know y'all might not know who
He
that
was
is.
on Instagram and they was arguing.
Yeah.
I
Shout
see
out to
that.
Nelson, man. Nelson made that happen, and I mean, like behind the scenes, getting that Lubin that shot. So shout out to Nelson. He be working with me too. So
all right, guys.
That's gonna be a packed card. And then also the Joshua Pulev is October 28th. It's signed October 28th, and then Deontay Wilder, King Kong Ortiz.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all heard it from Milton. Hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. My man Dewayne, he got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So I just want to say once again, man, thank you for coming to the studio. You know we're gonna be following your progression, man.
Thank you. September 26th.
There you go.
September 26th, I'll be making my Vegas debut and TV debut too. FS1 Sansa promotion card. We're working out all the kinks. I'm supposed to be fighting Victor Reyes or something like that. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the job. The Southpaw tough fighter. I'm gonna get the job done. Y'all know me.
Just
Dewayne
keep
Beamon,
keep
follow
winning,
me,
man.
I'm gonna keep winning.
Knocking everybody out. Give them your social sites and all that,
Oh
man.
yeah, Bang_Beamon, or you just Google me and Dewayne Beamon. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, and I follow back. Give me some love out here.
That's what it is. That's what it is. And my man Boxing Ego in the building.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for coming to the studio, fam. You know we gonna keep this up. We always out here covering the fights when you come out here, man. Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up, E?
No, I'm just having a phenomenal 2017 as a boxing fan, not just journalist, media. So I just wanted to keep up with this trend. There's a couple more fights I want to see happen. So hopefully we get them.
That's what it is, y'all.
And NUA, I'm coming, baby.
There you go.
NUA, I'm coming.
He calling out the beast. So who the real beast then?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. I put my record and his record side by side, and it's funny. Y'all call him the monster, but my resume better. So let's see. Let's see.
That's what it is. Milton, co-host in the building.
Change my name to Monster Killer.
Kirk Jackson. All right, man. Anything you got on your mind, Kirk, before we wrap it up?
We might see Anthony Durrell and Chavez Jr.
Whoa.
They're negotiating.
They're negotiating.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
My man Bevo and Badu Jack are scheduled. Is going to purse bid at the end of the month.
Purse bid.
It's about to go to, I think the 23rd. They got to come to terms, or it's going to purse bid.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, that's what it is, y'all. We apologize, couldn't get to all the calls, but we'll be back, guys, for sure. Next Sunday, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Y'all know what it is. It's going down, y'all. Next weekend, all right? Thanks once again. All right, take care, y'all.